iconic Ghanaian smoke, locally known as fugu or batakari in my local language, traces its origin to the northern savanna regions of Ghana, to the ancient Dagomba, Mamprusi, and Gonja kingdoms, emerging around the 15th century. Mr. Speaker, traditionally woven from stripes of cotton grown in the savanna soils of Temale, Yendi, Salaga, and neighboring towns, fugu's creation was generally influenced by the northern region's climate and the availability of locally produced cotton. This attire evolved from simple tunic worn by warriors and farmers to royalty and chiefs. Mr. Speaker, although deeply rooted in northern culture and embodies ethnic identity, fugu has over the years won the heart of the entire nation. Its tightly woven nature, interlocking motifs, and signature patterns symbolizes strength, authority, cultural pride, and unity. It is worn in colorful displays during festivals, weddings, funerals, and official gatherings. Mr. Speaker, the importance of fugu, especially to northern Ghana, is vital and multifaceted. Economically, it sustains thousands of weavers and traders due to its high patronage to the northern region and exports to the diaspora. This single commodity fuels large markets as well as many cultural centers, tourist sites, and the like across the country. Socially, Mr. Speaker, it marks status. A chief's fugu, heavy with silver amulets, talisman, and rich design, commands respect. Like we all are adorned in it today, it signifies its unifying capabilities. We have seen our first president of the land and the 5 making up the Big 6 declare our independence in beautifully hand-woven smokes. As we have seen other past presidents and great leaders, regardless of tribe or political affiliation, display the beautiful attire on many occasions. Mr. Speaker, in recent times, our President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, as always, re-echoed and educated the world on Ghana's rich culture as he represented us on his recent trip to Zambia in a beautiful piece. Mr. Speaker, today, amid urbanization, fugu adapts and fits all persons and events. Fashion designers blend it with other fabrics to create customized version. Yet, it remains a pillar not only northern but Ghanaian identity, weaving past cultural differences and ethnic resilience into national visibility, harmony, and international recognition. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I am very glad the government has declared Wednesdays a National Fugu Day, encouraging all Ghanaians and friends of the motherland to dedicate every Wednesday to wearing fugu in its various forms and design, further promoting this outstanding traditional outfit on the world stage. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to make this statement. Thank you.
Honorable Hajaladi Ayamba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, leader, for yielding your position to me. Let me first of all thank Honorable Dr. Ayensu for the statement that she made. I overheard some people earlier on saying that, oh, but she's not from the north, no. That is a very big mistake. Mr. Speaker, the fugu, as we popularly call here, or many people refer to, is an indigenous cloth, although emanating from the northern sector, as most of us know. It's a cloth that actually covers a lot of traditional areas. for their own cultural purposes. Mr. Speaker, the fugu, as you have seen, these two colors I'm wearing are from my own constituency, made from my constituency. And we have different colors. Some of the colors, I overheard Mr. Honorable Deputy Minority Whip talking about how the cap should be worn. Mr. Speaker, even colors send messages. Mr. Speaker, there is a particular color which you will not find often worn everywhere, or it's not everybody that wears it. Locally, in my tradition, they call it pankobok, the feather of a guinea fowl, meaning that there is nothing that you can do to wash the color of a guinea fowl, no matter how much rain. Mr. Speaker, the fact is that that cloth is being used by people who are spiritually, let me put that in quotes, spiritually matured, and they use it for a whole lot of juju, let me say juju or voodoo or whatever you may call it. It is a particular type of fugu. Mr. Speaker, we have the white, and the white, we have the very bright white, and we have the cream white. Many a times you see us women using the very white cloth, especially our queen mothers. They like to use the very white one for our cultural purposes. You may sew it as I have sewn and still have a cloth like what I have put over with the edges removed and properly woven for decorative purposes. And in those days, Mr. Speaker, you wear just the two. One under and then one on the chest and the small one up, as I have said. It is these days that we have gone into sewing like I have sewn. Mr. Speaker, the fugu is a cloth accepted by many tribes, many districts, many people, and it fits basically everybody. It is not for any particular tribe. And you will realize that the late President Rawlings, he had a fugu that he used to wear, and we used to say, yes, that is how the Voltarians wear theirs. So he will wear a long sleeves under and wear what we will say kwalang. In Kusal, we will say kwalang on top of it. The small one, he will wear on top of it. With the Dagombas especially, they have them in so many decorations and shades. The Gonjas have it the same way. If you watch the sewing, Mr. Speaker, many people do not understand and they cannot use the sewing to tell which fugu comes from where. The best fugu you can get is those that are sewn by hand. They are sewn by hand. Every thread is sewn by hand. These days, people sew them with sewing machines, and it's not as nice as the one that is hand sewn. Now, some people these days also sew it with a sewing machine, but still use the hand, the needle and thread to decorate. And I've seen so many of them, basically almost all those here have got that type. But there is one person here who is wearing the properly hand-sewn one with all the decoration. Honorable member for, he is wearing the locally sewn one. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Yusuf Suleimana is also wearing one that comes from the Gonja area. And because of the way I know them, I'm able to tell. But we will refer, Honorable Yusuf, if you can help us make sure that it is properly seen. And that is from his hometown. Now, I am making all these statements to collaborate with what Honorable Speaker has said about us supporting skill or entrepreneurs. Mr. Speaker, the fact is that if we are able to support the women or the girl child right from the growing age, very early stages. Some of them are actually not in school, but they go in to learn, apprentices to learn how to weave. The only thing they need from us is funding to buy the sichel, those machines they use these days, and also to buy the thread. Some of them can hire the sichel, but they do not have money to buy the thread. They need a lot of support. Our vocational schools are doing so well, but they need that support, and also they need market for it. So if we decide that we are going to wear it on a particular day, then we should also be able to ensure that we use our good offices to support our various assemblies, to at least identify some group of persons, both men and women weaving, to ensure that they produce. Then we can carry along with the fugu day, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It has no particular day on which you should wear. That is now for us to decide. And it will make us continue to communicate to the outside world that it is not a parachute, neither is it a blouse. It's quite interesting. So, Mr. Speaker, let us continue to work hard, support our people, and portray our culture, portray what we really mean. And in fact, this takes me, Mr. Speaker, to congratulate the Right Honorable Speaker himself for the way he dresses to the chamber. He has refused to stick himself with, with heat, tying whatever every day. Mr. Speaker, with all respect to you, he wears his fugu or attire from the Volta region or from the Ashanti region, Volta, any part of Ghana. And you see that everybody is like, yes, this is beautiful, this is nice. So let us go that way. Let us buy the idea. Let us project our country and project ourselves. Honorable Dr. Yensu, well done. I thank you, and I wish us all the best that we will continue. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Let me begin by expressing my sincerest regrets for the late start of this program. It was due to some circumstances beyond my control. And if the president can't control something, then it's really serious. Good morning, distinguished members of the Presidential Advisory Group on the Economy. Our Right Honorable Speaker, thanks for joining us. Honorable Ministers of State, senior government officials, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct honor to preside over the inauguration of the members of the Presidential Advisory Group on the Economy, PAGE, and to convene its inaugural meeting this morning. I thank each of you for accepting the call to serve our country at a critical moment in Ghana's economic journey. Your willingness to contribute your time, experience, and intellect to the national cause reflects a deep commitment to public service and to the future of our republic. The mandate of PAGE, as outlined in your letters of appointment and accompanying public release, is both clear and consequential. You're expected to provide strategic counsel on macroeconomic management, fiscal consolidation, debt sustainability, and the coherence between fiscal and monetary policy. You are to advise on structural transformation, industrial development, competitiveness, and export-led growth strategies. PAGE is also charged with offering guidance on sectoral development, private sector expansion, investment mobilization, and sustainable job creation, while supporting the design and implementation of flagship national initiatives, including the 24-hour economy, the Accelerated Export Development Program, and other productivity-enhancing reforms. In addition, you are to conduct periodic assessments of Ghana's economic performance, propose policy adjustments where necessary, and contribute expert input to Ghana's economic negotiations and engagement with bilateral and multilateral partners, international financial institutions, and investors. Importantly, Page shall report directly to the President, submitting advisory memoranda, briefs, and strategic reviews, as and when required. Your counsel is therefore expected to be frank, independent, evidence-based, and anchored in the long-term national interest. Page is not new to our governance architecture. It existed under the late President, Professor John Evans Atta Mills, and also during my earlier tenure in office, and it returns today expanded and strengthened to reflect the evolving complexity of our economy. The current Page configuration allows us to streamline economic governance by eliminating the overlapping structures, including the former economic management team. My Vice President, who is a member of Page, will chair meetings in my absence in accordance with constitutional responsibility. Page will operate alongside the Economic Policy Coordinating Committee, EPCC, which is jointly chaired by the Minister for Finance and the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, which remains a critical technical platform. I encourage continued coordination among these bodies to achieve efficiency, coherence, and cost-effective governance.
All right, Mama Kwababu at about TVSY live on Power 97.9 FM. Yes, Inside Politics, Jumedi, Anna Brassoa, yes, in Kunyana Fe, in Samahodwa, Echegu, or Minemuno, Yuguswa, de Air Tuamoso, Ewa Hanamo, Midian Obrempong, grassroots president, Fisabri, and Kopim says 6 p.m. Bebo, Tim Nina ready. Okwa Mr. Mr. Rav Jampo, Peter Cranton, Yimano Nete, Womunina Bomode Nafe, TV Neso, Etimi Aye Kama, Oba Cameras, Netia, Francis Waha, Willie, Womunina so Ejina Hana Fe Kofi, Asante, Womunina Ewa Hanama, Wamosha, Wamusombedio Mujuma, Nabi Bibia Aye Kama, Eti Ene and Sama Hodwo. And also a chego yadi kan akeka bi ama mateda na yesan abiem because niamane bebre na asan aba se see na the finance minister Dr. Kasiel Ato Forsen waba no waba be kasa edi afa koko nsensem ho se de akuafo wo mutifie no mu ntwajajo na wo musu sabre wo mu koko a wo matia Wamahata awu a womode ba adwama so ana womode bre koko board senka wonye no ntuaka ekoka nsane mu no the finance minister Dr. Kasela Toba force waba kasa yebedomu score penifo a womakwadare sensem nso beba betenase na afa ntiremu ese na efata no woma biem na nso watimi ati ase ye presentation so say visa be kopem 6 p.m. there woni ebedi jumedi ya bom. We are live on Facebook at Power 979 FM and afi TVXYZ uko YouTuber XYZ broadcasting na afi wabo mode yetimi de ho aka dwumadie no ho na wode wadwenkyere ato ase ye beje bre na dwumadie ne koso no ya kenkan de ama na obi ahu sampa won so ka ho ana o man Ghana gusu a wo fa ne ntema pa bi na odifra na awie se de yeri kan bo mama ne yante asem de wo bra ebeto odwa. The Ministry of Education the press release to say the Education Minister Honorable Haruna Idrisu together with the Deputy Communications and Digital Technology Minister Honorable Suparu wamo akwakonya kwanhia ewo tumu kwan no so wobra na wamo ekọ na wamo akwakodi dwumadie bi ewo tumu College of Education ana afa Jahan College of Education and no Upper West Region asa accident esi enti wohwe TV ni so a ubehunu car no mutimu a edisa akwanhia we ebaye but the yate the release from the Ministry of Education picture say womu nyina wo bia ni ho ne ho eti omo ye very stable asabewe bibia ni ho ato omo a wo mo hwe se bibia bekoyie wo mapomden won nsemu eti yehwe release a the Ministry of Education edebay no yenkan mu kakra na fe yentoa dwumadie no so emfema for immediate release from the Ministry of Education, and they are the 12th of February 2026. Anna Semisi, Honorable Haruna Idisu and Honorable Mohammed Adam Suparu involved in road accident, both in stable condition. Now the Sabe de Womunano, a more stable condition, Bonibia and to Womumina. So the Office of the Honorable Minister of Education, Honorable Haruna Idisu, wishes to inform the public that the Minister and the Deputy Minister for Communications and Digital Technology, Honorable Mohammed Adam Suparu, are in stable condition following a road traffic accident involving their convoy on the Bolgatanga to road today. The minister and their respective teams were on en route to official engagement to commemorate the 40th anniversary celebration of Tumu College of Education and Jahan College of Education in the Upper West region when the incident occurred. All members of the convoy are currently in stable condition and receiving the necessary medical attention. The office expresses its appreciation to emergency responders, health professionals, and members of the public for their swift assistance and concern. Further updates will be communicated as necessary. Signed, Hashmin Mohammed, Press Secretary to the Honorable Minister for Education. Anna Ninsashe Sankra Tayase, Enti Akwenshia Abba, Honorable Minister for Education, and the Deputy Minister for Communication, Digital Technology, Honorable Mohammed Suparu. Sabredi, one more patch that one more Minister Senior they are in a very stable condition. Bonibia and to Womo. Trying for more updates. Said the Omaka said further update will be communicated as necessary. Now, for you, who dear cry by ye, as Aquan Shawi, Echo by Echo see. DNS Yakwain because the minimum says a minister say to Quine, say President to Quine, a convoy do manimino, Edikan Ebi Aquamu, say Baye, Kabi me cross wom, say Baye na Quine in your wedding walk around on medical appromptum, say, Baby, I do in Tibia Mobeto Mobasi, eti Sabre ye shemwa, a ye dare assembly see a dear baye, Saquin Shiakasiwi, and Ka Eya to. Woman Ghana Bill, now the Minister of Education, together with the Deputy Minister for Communication and Digital Technology, no, and Kasabi Sako in Shewi Ekwakotuomo. Yakwan bebre atitia prapansam. Yakwani bebre. Nanso miriya etwem kakrai yeti ya he kilometers of road. Edahi. Any fun eda. Abribia last year 2025 Ghana recorded the highest road accident ever since 1960 something. Over 2,000 and over people perish because of road accident. Yakwanya enyeho. And so abribia year of rose. Year of rose. Ohwe kwanya efi kwabenya. Edeba ketase. The year 2019-2018 thereabout. Personally, na mi ko gina kwan no so because na yadwi kwan no so ma sai yadwi kwan no so sa kwan no se me han mani nka abaya ko ho beye empremensa adwi kwan no so agya to ma na sai me yasa ni ska foforo akọ ho yadwi kwan no so me ko ye coverage mi nya ye coverage ni wie no mendu fie kura mi posti wo social media mendu fie ana MPP project bureau I wo Facebook ekofa ba say o mohwe ye kwan no efi ketase efa brekusu o therefore 14 kranche ewe mi chiawo ono no ye brekusu man hene osan ye okop microphone hene efa brekusu ebedu ketase ekwan ya nke betimi ya connect Eastern to Accra easily o join wo pe na nka watimi asi poku ase interchange no so straight to Accra na amanka the traffic congestion eba efi Pantan Junction eba Adenta barrier bedu Madina ubedim Legon 37 and san wabedu Accra no anka saa kwan yi betimi aboa untimi mfaso ya kwan atetia propansam etienne enye me ngongo say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eba ye no wodi $10 billion ato wa wodi ye big push project. These are roads now under the MPP wamudi jina parliament now the former president Nana Dankwa Kufuado body ekokasa e wo se ekwan yi dodo a ya ni enti se mu widi a mu mie mani no ye sei MC a video no anka mo money ehwa de enei sa $10 billion big push project na His Excellency the President oye no kra no enkwan ne enko ba bia ye enko hwe tukwan na ko hwe egrewo egu ba bi ene ekwan ya wo mo fa so abiribia asemu a ye beka ye de betum futuro gu enkrofo ani ane ye nanso nipa hwere wo mo nkwa me say last year police update no e was me frɛ eye Superintendent Alexander Kwaku Oben no mfa mame na femi projecting kire mo na mu hunu last year nko nipa dodo a wo mu hu wo Ghana ya akwan so because ekwan ne nye ya kwan ya tete apro pansam major roads ubeko na manwo edem no etu tu kwan na wonnim kwan no so kakra bi pe wakra fie no wu na wo kwakowu no wu na wo kwakowu ya ti omemu a ti memufuo no ya ye maye ni sada nkom ho yanso na tumi ni kuta yen ye de tumi ni mamo sa mu na mo ye hu ni se mu betimi age tumi no na Ghana ade bi ese de fata yen ti memufuo yen setini aka se power ni bedi unchen wi a wo servant ni ade tumi na ma no afa wo de sa tumi ni sa be hurewura ti memumni na wo de tumi ni ma wo no enti abiri bia na ye hwiri yankwa wo yakwa ya enya ho afie wenko a January yanko MTT for ni yanko di data no enipa sei ana road accident ekuom yan hwe ye niema ye ka akura ni se ekọ long journey ni amaka ne kwan na ekọ long journey ka eni se ekọ long journey na oh enemu nobody's talking about it, nobody cares. It is a Voxy free and crying. Now ordinary chilem ewo takrade Voxy abey ya changes steer from a right the about left. A free crane kokumasia a kokunipa. A decay was a town running a short distance your friend say a jumano now for long distance now a kunipa and nobody is talking about it. Nobody. Yankwa son hwere yankwa sa dana mi jina me Johnson boys yi fi kofodia eba kevu eda mi fie nanim wo eka kete bi eka kitwa bi nanka accident isi still boys yi gusu operate a eye najuma hwa kwansi a box nko anya yankwa ji police data ne ehwe engo si daben. Eti se ade no wonim kura na se esia entempa no wape ho akade no wape solution na wodi amano dabi enya yenya se enka pani bi se enso pani bi mu a sa de na ehu hia da efise timamufo na fa ye ho eti yankoso ntina wo man mu sa accident ye si ye se eye obi na enye minister by this time ebi e wa ha na anke wa ha so mpedifo ha mo nyire ho kakra 2 minutes be kam nsa wi mo nyire timamufo no ho kakra ye na 2 minutes kita yen ani to na edumre a wo be pe 2 minutes all the 76 constituencies oba yen chen all the 16 regions wura fiem Alhaji Baomi a wa free suna nsen ya ye beto ba 2024 no wura fiem wo mu na the year of roads ba ye office no mo metre ne se ekwan ya hodo a His Excellency President dia bema no wo mu ye na etutu ana o ye ne biewu ana sedade wo mu ya kwan no ni e wa ye se ya ma wuntumi Coco Road project wuntumi nkogu kwanso or the asphalt estimate aba ubeko na wuntumi yes sapete ensuo to 2 days na kota no ene abo no nyina hwira fi kwan no so na ye di ye ho abro pesame kuminya de yenkwa ye betimi anya ukore hu tumi dan a wasi ni wokumasi a se minim se o si Newcastle so si ni Empire o kofnafo ani ko hwe ahi na wo beda oni pa ahi na wo beda wo gidi ai eti tumi bedi wo nsam a kai na hunu se you are for the people aye Ghana fo nyina tumi ne de amma osaje wona samre mu ye hunu se wo betimi yadi yanim yemfa memma ya beti so enena obi asane me audio bi aye kofiofo sun kansa allegations awakwa ya dia for foreign scholarships ho yes who alleges must prove enti kofiofo sun kansa se wako na wako kokese foreign scholarships ni eton bi dia essentially the president said abi wonu na ban mu a wo de research ya ba no yanko former CEO the man nip and American asem no MPP time wa allege we dia and a brana 60 the investigative body na fe wo bi biara wato foreign scholarship no Kofi Fade chesene bra because yenton another na ehunahuna obi asend me voice note the way mo ye na say wo bi eka bibia na mo tata no na se mo pese mo che no na mo pese se mo pese mo hunahuna no de MPP ye ba power adwene wo tirimu ano no etu ba power ku Ghana fo nyina na fakro no abere bia de anyam ye power the here people for 2 million ade ma mo mfie nwotwe na mo de yai abesia bo ahunahuna amere wasikadie enkokora sikadie sika nkebetimi aye mpuntunyuma kase amanfa so de abaso ye de tu ye friend say amena in the name of cathedral almost $100 million and reje ya 2 million de mama de amode ye no 2 million de mama no NSA a National Service Authority for sika o allowance kura mo mpani for fadi wo mo de bigigi abesia 2 million mo se apani back bio no de amode ye no 2 million Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia wona na yire Samira ade kobubu otibu atindangu e wo Baulesi 2 million de mama no MPP de amode ye no ade na ehunahuna ye bio ade bia na ba ehunahuna ye 2 million de mama no na mo de akonya ba ko sei etu V8 mu because president ko ba bia obetena so MPP 2 million de mama no petrol liter ko do 20 Ghana cedis 2 million mon sakai no dollar ko do 17 Ghana cedis and nay 12 months pa mo free banyam obaka se mo free so be 8 years Ghana how be a world faces a sia MPP play major role to say the SEO Cocoa board men pese of course e be no keka eno na one de 2 million NDC for no they should solve it fine I understand I agree but to the bin so we see a Ghana for hunu ba bi asa wo hawai every day ba wo koje syndicated loan with the projection of over 800,000 metric tons of cocoa and aqua loan uya na wa supply 432,000 e kana akanu metric tons na akanu e wahi sika no wai enso ne Dennis Miracles Abuaje a Kuapem North na nado dankwa Kufuado eyi na di as MC wano anu wokojina koko efuo mu a na woka kire Kuafo se eye sei na aba na NDC fo esisimo Kuafo se Dennis Miracle Abuaje ba mu ha mumbisa ne se world market price of cocoa per metric ton ne boy ahe compared to the previous price mumbisa no enye se sika ni ho but MPP for negligence wo syndicated loan o mo kwaje ya wo mo di sika na now Ghana for ntimi kwaje sa sika ni bio eti ya the buyers na ba ya the financiers na financiers ne so aba na sabre world market price na drop it na wo kuani wo se won ti ase na wo bag no ye nti price ne so wa ha why no won twade no nkoto moka why what they call world market what they call a German so ewiase German so no so akwakoton price na drop it wo se won pene me wonu say the finance minister ebe briefi yen sesia e for the new price and eba ho ko social media sesia ebe before the agro. Oh, wicked government. Look at what the NDC is doing. There you wouldn't money. Aside for me medicare. A juma me ye. Near metimia hunu ewa MPP ho. Until say you be wun satra ye. Until say you be wunu. Say sabre die mo ma ye ready. Adwene papa mutirim. Mo nya o man ne ho do. Ne ye de o man ne samon sa. Mo betimi abu. Yebeko so aka no kra kire mo boni amudi bedi o man Ghana ha da bia me kase eniema ne bia moye no yebetena ha yentimi nka de yenim ehu emobo amanwe ne Ghana ho ketekete kra and your excellency you go so hwanim na say yenim say special court about for corruption cases monye ne ntam because your excellency say 2028 do na adi ye bebreba yehu Edi afa Abdul Wahab Hanan CEO Edima National Food and Beverage Stock Sika allegedly Mose Wafa Edi bia to Tofie wo chain homes Northern Region Greater Accra some parts of the country Yahwe National Service Authority NSA Womu Sika give to one mensa afa waje wo bail a we metie pie aye osesi be antwi womu nyina sani padu duoi kwa bena dubu ahine na asem na dadi akwasi say your excellency because yemubi me kachira o ne me kachira o da bia say kasa me kasa de ma ono kura me diye because of sajidie ni da so ne awresemu ami hu wo mu me ento Obrempong me regretted that kopum chama me fi abrabo wem and wo buy no niema akoso no mani nso ntimi wuda se me kasa de gina wati me kasa de kire Ghana fo se wo mun sanfa to mi ni ma no ma de fa ntoma pa bi de afira aniema ba ko ye hwa ni mu ni se corrupt officials under MPP wo bi biara wo de nsa bo wo man sikam under MPP a wafa a wonu edi woni na busuafo your excellency. If they have to go to jail, let them go to jail. Yakuma beto yenyam. If they have to go to jail, let them go to jail. Ghana for Yakuma ebeto yenyam papa. Medical yaka from last year. Yadi 2 minima NDC. Yadi 2 minima your excellency John Dramani Mahama. And one per anamisas here. Made the 3 top policies of the NDC. 24-hour economy. Women Development Bank. Anna Ora. Abrebia me phone lines. Sa Ghana for sa top policies of the NDC we no. Dia ina manije ho dia na mo hwanim. Se mo be hu ni ntam. Ora abrebia nya 80% of the vote. Operation Recover All Loot. Time the foreign minister now foreign minister Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa and your friend say penifo ahodo Martin Kpebumo no mo for me ora na wo mo hwehwe wo man no krono bo akoso no out of 36 cases wo mo gada ye wo mo be ka kire say so mo gi say candidate free MPP ho empanifo say sika yakodi wo mo nsa no se wo mo gi say candidate free wo mo ha wo mo benya over $20 billion. Your excellency ya hwanim ya yekuyemu bi ya yekom efi sabre ya kopem next year 2027 na ye hunu say sampanifo yi do fota jail akoko dam de wo say ye gina japade ye season bi bia de tua wo manika hwe wo man sase a MPP fo fai we Ghana sase prime areas sase da cantonment asase do osu asase da babia eye krama nebo eye ding near the Ama Party faithful 40,000 Ghana cedis 30,000 Ghana cedis under the MPP. And Your Excellency, some of us, Yanya Botina Yasho. Wo na wobetimi ama adwuma ye ebuso ado ye nko ne ye sasa ndrofo ebisi ya babe ka no kra na kire wo be ka no kra na kire yesu ye hwe krono bi akoso anda bibi sa ahurumobo syndrome no kunu one waka say won ko bi o what do you stand to lose if they have to go to jail them dan ko fi osu nkan say ya sabre you invited for investigation or may assist for investigation ka MPP for suno wokokache Solomon Usu say NDC mobile manu beg MPP awie sika why no matimi ache no yes asem MPP for kan no say mobile na we awie sika ana sika we akodi we ho why no matimi ache no. Eti Your Excellency ya hwadim sa niema ni nyina betimi atoto ye abuso ya to adwumadi ne so na fei yan hwe another the minister of state in charge of government communications Felix Ofosu-Kwakye adebetu dwa say wobra His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama wobo modi no hia otun safre cabinet ministers emergency wo mkoye no womo edis hu susaso eba eti anopa ya the finance minister wo bomoden ene cocoa sector for mpanifo no ACI edi nkomo na enkomo no mu no trade minister ekasabi na fei cocoa board CEO Randiabe eso ekasabi ano no ankasa Dr. Kasel Atoforsen wono so ekasabi eti yentie wom wo bra no san komodie yekoso na fe yento adwumedi so yahwa mombra.
This afternoon at the Ministry of Finance, we are using the morning to engage key stakeholders. So this is the first of many meetings that we'll have today, and we have successfully engaged cocoa processors, and just to ascertain from them their ability to be able to process cocoa locally to add value and create jobs, where possible, create wealth also for our people. And so you can see the heavyweights with us today, their ability to be able to process significant amount of cocoa. The details will be delivered this afternoon as part of the cocoa sector reforms. Let me also use this opportunity to entreat you that government is going to roll out a comprehensive reform for the cocoa sector. The sector has survived this country for years, created jobs, and has done so what has become, more or less, has always been our mainstay of the Ghanaian economy. But it's obvious that it's undergoing some challenges.
Today we are here basically in our bid to add value to raw material that we produce in Ghana. It is the only means by which we can create jobs for our teenage youth. It is the only way that we can make our economy very strong. We are enjoying a strong city. And by doing this, we are even going to enjoy a stronger city. And so today we are here to make sure that we talk to industry, know what their challenges are, and solve them so that they are able to process our cocoa right here in Ghana. Can you imagine what will happen to our employment front if 50% of our cocoa is produced right here and processed right here? I'm sure the answer is what you are thinking. And so today, the Minister of Finance is here at the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry so that we engage industry, know their challenges, and make sure that even before the season ends, they are able to upskill, they are able to process more, and the next season will even be better.
I'll continue with our series of stakeholder engagements. And the processes are an extremely important part of the value chain. And so, in view of government's strategy with respect to the value addition of cocoa, it was only appropriate that we also met the captains of that sector and to show how serious and committed government is. We had both the finance minister and the minister for trade, agribusiness and industry leading this engagement. The details of government's direction and policy would be contained in the minister's press briefing later on this afternoon. But just for everybody to know that we intend changing the direction as far as the cocoa industry is concerned. We have over-relied on the export of the raw beans. And so we need to change course if we're really serious about value addition, creation of jobs, getting the farmer better value for their work, and also creating wealth as far as entrepreneurship and business is concerned.
Dr. Randy Abe, CEO at the Cocoa Board, and I would say Okasano, the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare, one also Jumedi Nasibi, and the Finance Minister, Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen, one more no Mishia cocoa sector, now paying Komahodwa, now Omonium Wodino, Womonium Die, now Yanko Eya, and the Finance Minister. Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen ebaye na fe koko nsem akriafo etwajajo na sika womu suse womu sentimi kom sika wobra womu de omkoko akọ senka koko board nye se de abribia womu ye no no mom sika no sabe de Finance Minister Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen waba kasa what the new price sabre yi womu betimi atokoko no esane se wokọ world market koko price eswate aba from kra enti womo sre se akuafo nyintum na se surprise womo ntimi enton sa akoko no sa se de be ya womo sabetimi akomusika e won tempa so yentie the Honorable Minister for Finance Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen mra ne yento aso.
I'm here to deliver a press conference on the cocoa sector reforms and financial viability and long-term sustainability of this sector. But before then, it's important for me to, before I go into the main reforms, it's important for me to give you a bit of a background and a context to the current situation. You recall that on Wednesday, 11th of February 2026, Cabinet convened an emergency session to deliberate over development in the cocoa sector. The session considered historical and systemic problems confronting the sector and took key decisions. The meeting noted the following development in the cocoa sector. First, the 2025-2026 cocoa season began in August 2025 with a producer price of 51,660 Ghana cedis per ton, calculated at 70% of the gross FOB of 7,200 United States dollars per ton, using an exchange rate at the time of 10.25 to the US dollar. On the 1st of October 2025, Côte d'Ivoire announced a new producer price, 20% above that of Ghana. In fact, this decision by the Ivorians, coupled with movement in the exchange rate, resulted in a significant difference in the producer price of cocoa between that of Ghana and Ivory Coast. The price difference had the potential to trigger significant smuggling of Ghana's cocoa to Côte d'Ivoire. As a result, the Producer Price Review Committee on Cocoa adjusted the producer price to 58,000 Ghana cedis per ton to reflect an exchange rate of 11.5 cedi to $1. The decision by the PPLC to increase the producer price of cocoa made Ghana's farm gate price competitive and stemmed the potential smuggling of our cocoa beans. From October 2025, unfortunately, the world market price of cocoa started dropping. While the price was declining, Cocoa Board continued to sell the beans until the price fell below $6,400 per metric ton.
which is the cost of cocoa from the farm gate to the port. The causes of the situation and the way forward will be my next thing to address. The current situation is largely driven by the unwillingness of buyers to purchase Ghana's cocoa because it has become uncompetitive and very expensive. Cocoa from other producing countries is now selling at a price significantly lower than that of Ghana's producer price. Meanwhile, Cocoa Board did not have the liquidity to purchase cocoa from farmers and stock for hedging or other trading decisions. This was due to the financing model invented in the year 2024-2025, when the syndicated loan failed. Under that model, the buyers financed the purchase. By 2022, Cocoa Board finances had deteriorated badly. It defaulted and restructured the cocoa bills in the year 2023. For the first time in the history of the cocoa industry, in 2023, the annual syndicated suffered significant delays due to the loss of confidence in the Ghanaian economy and the sector. The first tranche was received on 22nd December 2023, 4 months after the commencement of the season. Cocoa Board projected an output of 800,000 tons and committed 786,672 tons in contracts in 2023 and 2024 crop season. However, actual production was 432,145 tons, a deviation of over 45% from the projected output. Variation in crop forecasts typically vary between 5 to 15%. Hence, a deviation of 45% was unprecedented and unacceptable. This resulted in a huge rollover contract of about 333,767 tons at an average price of $2,661 per ton. This resulted in a loss of over $1 billion United States dollars, which would have gone to the cocoa farmer or other stakeholders. In 2024, Cocoa Board could not pay the final tranche of the syndicated loan, which was due in July 2024, and received a 70 million United States dollar bridge finance from the Ministry of Finance to avert a default. Despite a commitment to repay the 70 million bridge finance owed to the Ministry of Finance, Cocoa Board defaulted, highlighting the dire financial strait of the organization at the time. This debt has since been inherited by the current administration and the current management of the Ghana Cocoa Board. Now I will take you to the proposed reforms. A careful, and I will say proposed reforms, these are reforms that are going to implement immediately. A careful review of the cocoa sector over the last 8 years revealed gross mismanagement, which requires immediate and comprehensive reforms to address the challenges in the sector. Cabinet has therefore decided on the following reforms to guarantee a fair price to the cocoa farmer, secure the financial viability of the cocoa sector, and ensure the long-term sustainability of the cocoa industry. To bring relief to unpaid cocoa farmers, Cabinet has accordingly directed the Ghana Cocoa Board to commence immediate repayment of all affected cocoa farmers. 2, a new Cocoa Board bill will be presented to Parliament to implement an automatic adjustment of producer price to align with movement in the world market price, exchange rate, and other key variables, and guarantees a minimum of 70% of gross FOB price to be paid to the cocoa farmer. A new financing model for cocoa purchases and related operations with associated benefit for increased processing will be introduced effective 2026-2027 crop season. The current financing model was invented as a necessity after the syndicated loan failed, after 32 years of successful implementation, and it was proven not to be sustainable. In fact, it has proven not to be sustainable. The financing model is entirely dependent on a buyer's willingness to bear the financing cost and to pre-finance the purchase of cocoa. The key motivation for buyers in the previous season was the rollover contract priced at a rate of $2,661 per metric ton, when the existing market price were above $8,000 per metric ton. Once the gap between the rollover contract and the market price closes, and the majority of the rollover contracts are serviced.
Dr. Kasiel Ato Forsen, Anna Woten, the finance minister, na fe koko hunsem aba eye ekriafo twejajo se sabe wo mabo madin ati omukoko abohata na wo nanka abribia de senefata ene senka obekọ na odi ni koko akoma koko board na koko board amani sika no sabe se sika na twentwen so ana odi nchiremu senefata de ba de ntia amasa wo hawi abedu sabre from 2022-2023 kwanya the previous administration NPP for FR so projection na one year over 800,000 metric tons of cocoa one more the koji syndicated loan nanso actually you know not just one metimi provided by 432,000 metric tons of cocoa per just say e ma eka etimi babeda ho a ebi si da se ban say ye to cocoa mu a enti wo hwe kwanya no mafa so to cocoa se si akra no a enya syndicated loan nemum financiers buyers ana no mo de omusika baba beto cocoa no because eka the previous administration wo maja to no eso over 300 something thousand metric tons of cocoa MPP for ntimi amiti wo mo projection na wo mo ye ya wo mo de ko deal loan na sika ne san ye nanso sa cocoa wo ntimi an supply eji se obi aba obesia na se wanye sika na nkwa osi den di bika ho bioma wo eno na masa wo hawi nyina ba eni se wo hwe world market kwanya eye cocoa so ate ababeduna na wo se mpanifo mo bo modern hwem na mo ti ase eni mpanifo ekasa eni akuafo ne kasa se de be yo mo beti omo ho ase se world market na ye to cocoa ne di akono se sei se wo kohwe Cote d'Ivoire for kra price other neighboring countries are wo so mo to cocoa a e wo low kra enu nti sabrei wo mo bomodin aye nseseye kama a wo mo ma eye farmer no 90% eye producer price na fe wo no so etimi ani age ti there's a new price for the cocoa sabrei the finance minister Elia Tuga say efre na di kroi cocoa price wo mo age so na fe wo matimi ahwe previously na cocoa price no eye 3,625 ana sabre abedu 2,500 and a year I think 2,587 ni nyina no eye ni ye yomua because say akafo na ntiase ama sa dwumade we yankoso a that means say cocoa no be koso aguo because okwo world market se si akra no a eso ate obi ani won so wo ba beto ade se okwa koboka entiakuafo no ntiase se wo wani kirem wo tepa ane ne mpotemu a akuafo bi ani age yie pa awiei because ebi nim ohawo a under the previous administration no ebeda cocoa board enti wo mse sabre kura wo mampani John Dramani Mahama Dr. Kasiel Ato Forsen wo matimi di science sempai abre wo mo no wo mo de wo ma di kan asom price no mani age ho eya mo de na video no ewa ha enche bia ebeba mamo MCR are you ready okay eti yen saka video na ye beba mamo se de yenko eye victory garlic mixture for aso ye mra wo mo so wo mo nupa a wo mo wo a wo ma ya eboa na sanipadua na yare ye ma hoden abam no watimi abobra aye adwuma no yenko victory garlic mixture no mfenso ye mra
enua victory garlic mixture na wati ni dinatiatia tin se na edro ni tie na no pasem ne se edro wi adwuma ye titru pa ne se ebeboa ananna ne srade ewo ni padua ni muntin mu ama ohu atọ kura ye dika obabi wo ho a okonfikyire a ema edro awunya ye victory garlic mixture ebi kura ho bekwa ewie wansa na ba eye victory e na wuhia wunya victory no ma na busumi biara ubenya ufichiri akwa empa ho kra eno de achi a obi wo ho aniti na tedwa no obi wo ho ye adwuma kakra bia no abre na nakoma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina e mogya entimi mfa akoma no nkwa adwen mu eno ne kofa saa de ne ba odofo mesrew so wo ho na wonsem ta adwew ebia wonsa no sei ana wonam ro mu na esi fom no kra ewew ana ayatufo se de edi fom ato mpaboa mu a eya victory na me kan fama wo unum victory asa no na ye bobɔ so nyina no ebegyae de oto ho anadwo a wontini na wohia victory emframa nyankopɔn de ama yɛn se yɛ nhumi wo de wo nhumi a na wo tie so o bra eya victory na betimi aboa wo ye wo bi wo so a wo ana ne yɛma hye no a obia na ne ka obia nya ne hwe obi wo so na koma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina mogya ne ntimi ne afusa ne ye wo ni padua no ɛdura wunya yɛ victory garlic mixture de watwa bra ya bia ya na se kokodue ne nam no no ye ne basa eya victory na me kan fo wunya victory bi no a ɛbɛboa wo se doctor de wato aduro so sani a ubetimi anom victory na ka waduro wonna ne se waduro no na abɛnum a meet aduasa no anom we so na abɛnum a no anom victory no so achi meet aduasa wo ye ne sa bibia abɛde kama ma se wona se tata wo ye agya ho adwuma mesraw adura me kan fo ma wa ye victory garlic mixture mesraw nipa ne bia danse a ye pese ye fa wo ma danse na tie na se wo so koto a ubenya sa danse kro no a
ntumi mi page mi ntumi ni di mi yare so mene ko be 12 years di man no ndo kan mojedru 5 minutes de tim matutu na se na meti TV ntumi na me hwe ne mu se moto ndo bi esi victory herba victory garlic mixture ne mi ntodru sa wa modru no asa modru no eye papa ntumi ni di o mi din sa no me di afi bi no se di ya na afi insan afi no ntumi di bi afi mi di ma edubone sa wi semi eno so no ntumi di eno so bi mu sa afi de eno so bi du no ntumi di bi afi hu de me nya no na ti edu no kan wo TV so a na me kutu bu ni me edu no anopa eni ewiani enwure no ande no si afi nyampara me no bibia ntumi di mi si afi na toyota ko ye black masa modro no die edoniye na ngami shira mo
aje me pa me problem ye menstrual pains nda ne kakra mo so me nya me menses no boso me ma me bre pa me brankasa me timi to tondro no na ne se man ti se yesi ye bidro ha na makoto ba bia me we ntimi fa ka ekọ obi kru so ekoto bidro me timi no bi chese na victory ni in fact I don't know me die wo mu die me ko tobi me tie advert no TV so sada na me sorry anwunwe na me ko toye na dana me say ade yi to me paadi mu no mo ja tropa yi to me paadi mu ti me twa to me phone so kura say ha adwene a nka me de betum aka ho na mo ahwe te say so one way ya kwa wakati maybe me ya bo na me no maduro bi te say if sada na yi sa mo ja tro no to me paadi mu no me nya mezi se no maduro e ma me hu sa e moja say like say quarter te say ni nyina flow kama to victory tie mintimi enja nto ho te to de bia na mo ba abasha mo mo sma abasha na edon ne me di hu adanse
obi si me de cholesterol sa de body e na aba mi nipadua ma ba gi atenase wadro ye victory garlic mixture se wunya victory no ma cholesterol no se ne nani e density bia no victory be yi ni nyina afiru nipadua no odofo wo pedia to anama ne 024 25 45 633 024 25 45 633 and 020 129 3280 020 129 3280 a victory mkunimdie ne ade bremo
Jami Simon Makwaba at live on Power 97.9 FM of a TV XYZ Inside Politics Jumedi ana nyimrensi yesi nkonwa kama na ensema hodo a eno so etwegu o man no yede som wo fie wo kam baby a wajebre na ohwe ana se wutie yen ohwe on Facebook at Power 979 FM and as a TVSYZ uko YouTube a XYZ broadcasting na fe wetimi de ho aka dwumadi ho wo bra wo hwe no wo de wadwen kira to ase yen so bejebre na akenkan e de ama midin the NK Obrempong grassroots president e bra yedu so no yenya Abbas Nuruddin Esquire or your CEO Edema Social Investment Fund. Wababa kan sa ofidie mu yene ne ba bedi nkomo koko nsemi ene de ekoso fa ho nyina the new price aba akuafo ekura wo mobo e ba bejo sa price yi so wo mani beje so mo beto mo koko no da price ana because ye so hwan be ye over 1,000 Ghana cedis o mo be pene sa na Abbas wa mama na kwaba na fe yentoa dwumadi ne so Abbas akwaba
grassroots president.
Yes sir.
Mejo so
bibi abokode
na mi adom
ede janko pass
yamfa kwanya we so ne yanchia de hyekonkron a etie yen ese hwe yen.
Yes.
O TV SYZ titru ya Papa John Dramani Mahama.
Sure.
Kwanya wafa so hye economy no a ne dollar aba form petrol aba form a ama yekomu ayedai ahare yen na ya sre Ghana adwadifo se ne dollar aba form a petrol aba form mo so hwe ma ne ma nyedai e ma form sa se ne be ya timamfo no ebe ete so mfaso na ministers ne afoforo aka nyina yese ejina mpoano de na anwemu ana ejina ya Ashanti region ne free timi yemfa akwanya we so ntia nche omo nso omo tie yen from Ashanti region.
Okay.
O hwe se ne Ewura John Dramani Mahama esi ahye hyehyɛ oman no ampaibo eni ahoɔden na wɔse yɛdɛ srama no se yɛdɛn a wɔde oman no bɛdɛ ebegina fapem papa so menka se oba yɛ bibia yiyi Ghana adane heaven ba baabi a yɛgina nne no ɛyɛ kyɛn baabi a ne yɛwɔ adano.
Okay Abbas yentoa yenkomodie ne so yenyina yenim koko nsɛm a aba fitin no ade ya His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama wato nsafre putupu nhie mo ne cabinet ministers ko hia ye na wo mo dwene kwan a wo mo befa so wo mo betimi anya sika na wo mo de atia sa koko pharmacy ka enne the finance minister Dr. Kasiela to force naba ama ejebo nya babedu for the new cocoa price aba so the previous price na ni current price na so hwan be 1,000 Ghana cedis unu se akuafo no wo mani beje ho se sabre sa reduction yi aba e wo bra wo ma dom cocoa awie no ma koton de ma eye cocoa board na
yo grassroots president meda wase no man san chia tie fo bio
nice
on say o hwe Ghana de ba ko a ene ye di ne ye pa ye cocoa cause cocoa ena e free kwa penny pen so brebia ye ton na ye nya akwasikoko sika ne ye dia so yesika semo ase na ama o man na ye dai agina
sure
okwa abusuya bebre mu abusuya fi a yesisi akrachefo o mabaye professors na ne nyina cocoa ena ye de abo mo nti cocoa ya de ne o man no aye dai adi ne yie pa na obehwa aban ba kwa wo ba brebia na ni kum cocoa akuafo ho no ya na ye ndisi aban obeka ya Mills ne Mahama amamu no ebrebia ye tu cocoa mu ana make sure say afibia ye de kakra be dey ebeka ho ama cocoa kuani ne kumu aye dey ahare no ya ye be fa cocoa from amampanyine kofo abreso be 120 Ghana ye kone ye de akodru 475 nya no nko a cocoa kuani no ye man fertilizer free 1 acre bia ne ma 4 bags of fertilizer to 20 acres a ojibe 80 bags of fertilizer. Yes, I bet the baby buy a near friend cocoa rose. I ye cocoa. A quaint send your bear cocoa bet me a free room near the United day. Abba, baby, and she say a pa. Ewura Mahama, a year, and ma bra ye free abemo 2016. No, ye ja cocoa board on faso. Cocoa board, no more positive equity of 1.8 billion. Obekaya, ye free 2016, 2017.
Yes.
And yes, the highest level of cocoa, the highest tonnage of cocoa since independence, the second highest.
Wow.
966,000. And who sikaka cry the Ninja MPP abai. MPP abai be so mu in film or channel. Oma collapse cocoa sector no. Ama obi a ye koyeja omo mfaso 1.8 billion no ene eka enkoa no omaja cocoa sector no 3.8 billion ena contractual obligations niyama omaya eno nso was a cocoa board to ho kana no nkoa nso ye 32 billion. Not just
apart from 3.8
billion no no ye ka finchima da ho. Contractual commitments are my yenko and also cocoa board so no 32 billion. Not just 32 cocoa board ne guanes ana matumra ma menchiresi 32 billion no. Cocoa rose nko ho ka na da ho na 26 billion. Now out of 26 billion, I move 21 billion there. A yemfie and sampe 2018, 2019, I think 2020. A cut 26 billion, 3 years per a 21 billion. A honor coming my wound to me contract be a Western region manye a Palumo Day company be a friend of Pumamo Kwaje company be a man. Okay, a honor sakane a day. A new free war. NPP for African Development Bank say or more. Akwaje bosia $350 million or more de ebe siesie kuku nsase a say 156,000 hectares. Omufri aban mu no na $350 million na sa asase nso na omatimi rehabilitate no eye 40,000 per
out of
$350 million omukwaje so mo de rehabilitate 156,000 hectares. Omufri aban no ma rehabilitate 40,000 per bana sika na sa enye no nkwa no ma sa fa sika 700 million ayedai aka apiso enye ho nkwa kuku boto ayede ehye kuku no
yes
MPP for free aban no na o makra kuku boto ayebe use ne nne to the next 10 years o makra ni nyina de ayedai abegu ho ndu ko port and neck last one mo kra ayekra de $48 million o mo lose wie ye no and no issue what be a friend irrevocable letter of credit. At the two your accounts are one London so say
I know it's say
wako ade na wakra no wa ma ade bi aye o hye say chinchinchia sika wo sika ni wo si etua na aban bi obeba bi antimi ensesa no eno na ye irrevocable letter of credit.
Okay.
Na the chance no mu a akofa wo ha we kra ba ne say ebre bia no Ghana ye kokwa aye ton no na yakwa abrochire kobo abrofo amane se ye wokuku ba ye ni sika ti muma ye sika se ya ya beti kuku bag se ni de ayede ni de abremo anu ni de atokuku a na MPP ba ye no isan se 2022 mu hono ma anya ne ma yie no e ma gidi a na ewo mumu ni ye de ekofom.
Okay.
Nti san hyehyɛ ne ye de ekugu ye in the 2024 no omoje off take sika just omo ankasa obi a ope koko na omo jeje sika na sika omo jeje ye na omo ka so omo be supply koko 800,000 metric tons just say ehun sika na omo koje ye bo omo free aban mu no na omo supply only 466,000 metric tons na koko 800,000 metric tons no yeah, will be a friend of forward sales just ade ne san say ukoji sika woni pa no de abeto ni ntino udi kan de bo ne ye dey e ma no Inti omo epege ebo na $2,600. And then omo supply
per metric ton.
And omo supply 466,000 per. Inti ya buy no na cha se ke da ho ye 333,000 metric tons of cocoa. And was a ye per ye yanko je huska no. Ye per ko ye dey eco supply. Now we who say me woman say ye buy no mako peg cocoa na 2,600 and Nadia yadi go to Yakano back ton bia ye $3,100. Not just say cocoa no yadi go to Yakano for every 1 ton bia ye say bohuka additional $500. It your mama for who say I say ye credible be say nti no say obi di ne sika be ma o say safa koto ade na ade no waje hu sika na ama no emo akwa didie kura ma ya se enka bi nyede ngum nti no ena ma ye koko no etosem no ye dey eye basa kakra na afi we no wo hwe a 2024 ewia e beba price na nkasa so ne de nti a ehu abahia say ye price we ne ye be dey ye beton eye no o hwe ewia se adwaman so nyina koko buo enyina faako the ma yetimi hye say you to cocoa bottle sei eye eboa ye de ma e wo wiase adwaman so
okay
your friend no FOB price
okay
ene yesi kasem no ahoden na wo be hwe amre bia no senka ye to cocoa mu na Côte d'Ivoire cocoa boa den chen Ghana wo se Ghana for no smuggle cocoa ne de Côte d'Ivoire ene Togo ba fi almost cocoa boa ye nto mu cocoa ba mo fa nko Côte d'Ivoire ne Togo di entia because Ghana boa no den chen Côte d'Ivoire no ene Togo no na say
Ghana boa
no se ne esi to cocoa ne wo soro a chain send ye see ton wo Abidjan
okay
any lume
okay
nti or the kwa bed the kan nti or the gu Ghana han or hye say aban no enye dey ento na MPP for kan asem bi ma menye analysis of about of ye the entia ebo na bedru ba bi adru se ne America no ene ma mienu na eme ehunu ebo a wose ye de tokoko se ne esi tokoko no wo wiase adwaman so ene se ne yesi kasam na hoden na obeka ya MPP 2024 cocoa bo eye dia ma cocoa 1 ton e wo wiase adwaman so na ye $12,000 2004 1 ton biawo na $12,000 no the time say exchange rate at the time e kwa kodru 17 ba wo ye ni 15 kra 12 a year times 15 mini aboma 12 times 15 na yen hwa de
ni yen gisa we sisi
12 times 15
ina ze nye sikakuma
12 times 15
okay 12 times 15 180 yes
and a cocoa ton ba ku bia 16 bags and divided by 16
okay divided by 16 11.25
enti MPP abreso cocoa eye 1 bag bia wiase adwaman so sene ebo ne kodru ye
yes
any sene ne exchange rate ne 1 cocoa bag ba ku bia wiase adwaman so ne ton no 111 million eye na 11,000 Ghana cedis tieni bawo 11,000 Ghana cedis ho no say na no mo de makuafo mo makuafo 3,100 na je say uche cocoa MPP for che cocoa kuani ni sika ni mu beye enum ana enan e na ode ba akoma cocoa kuani no e na wono e fa miensa tieni bawo na me ne wo kasai wiase adwaman so no cocoa bo na tia ba $4,200
per
metric ton we use exchange rate of bayer 11 cedis 4,200 times 11 mean I say
4,200
times 11 46,200
yes.
They divided by 16
divided by 16 2,887
2,887
yes.
887
yes
na chese wo hwe enenne aban to cocoa 2,500 and akakra ye de edaso enti wo hwe ebo a ye to no wiase adwaman so no a aban achemudu ena ode nkono ema cocoa kuani no enne ya bo na ye si sa na wo hwe wiase adwaman MPP abre so no omu chemu se wo chemu du a na cocoa kuani ni nya miensa na aban MPP aban no afa ensun ba nei wo hese na esito cocoa wiase adwaman so no a aban achemu du na ode nkono ama cocoa kuani no ena ono afa baako it is a nya bo no na aba fo mu wiase adwaman so ena nya sidi ni so na appreciate ena ye use MPP de no in percentage terms no moma cocoa kuani no 27% and the NDC ebo no ye ma 90%. It is ever the same case sani eniema ti MPP no saa na tie sesie ya no moto cocoa 3,100 no a ebra na metric tons here 12,000 exchange rate here 15 cedis no enka saa na NDC ye ba ye beto ye na hwe ansesa enka ya nto koko kuani ni koko ye ma no 70% kra ke be ma no be ye 8,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Ke be ma
ye to say 11,000
sani MPP abreso no bo na omunya ye na exchange rate no omu ma 2024 bo na omunya ye no a omu hwe nyame ani ma koko akuafo eye 3,100 no a omu chemu edu efa enso a omu ma koko kuani no miensa a NDC ya chemu du amakoko kuani na omu kra no fertilizer omu sa ye dey eton ba yen
ana the MPP na
omu ton fertilizer omu ton ba ko 500 Ghana cedis ba nda NDC na fertilizer ye dey eche entu wo 1 acre bia aban se che 2,000 ye dey aka ho wo 10 acres a 4 times 10 years say 40 aban che usika bebre na ye dey e de aka ho ebra ye wo mu no enye ebra broni beka say enye normal times ye koko sector na say ya anamo aban etu ne no so wantu akoko sector ne be dey e be collapse na aban sa de hihye ye bia ba ebe yi ye free or hawa MPP for the ye dey ko mu no obi nya dey emma bi wa ye be ye ne mra because ne akwa so okotra na akwa wi ne mako na ponchirani aye dey eti wu fifre MPP for ye ba no ye ja omu koko sector emfaso 1.8 billion eno maja koko sector eka a eda ho eye 3.8 billion na contractual commitment nko ano eye 26 billion na enhyehyɛ ya aban eye sani ebe ya sani esito ebo wo sani esito koko wo wiase adwaman so koko hwani no ebenya ebo a edie ne se na ye be ko parliament akoye ne mra ye be deregulation in the cocoa sector.
Okay.
Sani ye petrol no se bo no ba fom a ye mabo nye dey emra fom se bo ne kosoro a ye mabo ne nye dey enkosoro na bo bia ebeba wiase adwaman so no ye ma cocoa hwani no 70%. Indi sa mra ne ba se cocoa sa kokodu $12,000 a cocoa hwani no ya ye ne mra entinye cocoa board si wa na sa aban ne be de be cocoa hwani no beji ni 8,000 a eno de cocoa board si wa na sa hwan wontimi nya dai enya ho hwe ayemra eno da wa eka no se eka mini cocoa board ama cocoa board bro ni beka se enye credit worthy e ko ba bi abosianom ni ade nipa mpese omo de bema na contractual obligations no a omo eyeye no aban ne contractors ni via kasama de yenye ne yetwetwa bi mama aka 4 billion aban se sa aka no oyire free cocoa board so e de akoma Ministry of Roads and Highways se omunya dai enti aka no na cocoa board ko munya dai hare no aban so se cocoa board onye kwan bia bio on focus on the core mandate eye cocoa to no e ba kwan a Roads and Highways for nya dai enye enti aban akopesika $500 million every World Bank and ye de be cocoa roads enye cocoa board na be ye Roads and Highways nya dai enye bibia ye be sit on omo books na MPP for near cocoa bills omo koji sika omo the Ministry of Finance cocoa board and the MPP omo koji sika be 3 billion free Ministry of Finance o and omo je kakranso Bank of Ghana and sa aka ni nyina Ministry of Finance nso ayedai afa wafa sane be ya cocoa board nso ekomu be dai ebe hare no ena aban asa aye nhyehyeye sane meka aye no cocoa board no de bebe bia sesei no ena aban asa de ede wo mu ne se de de pa ebe bo man ni yi pa ne se first ye kwa manone na kwaji sika de beto koko
yes
enti koko no uji nipa ni sika na wone wasensan krata se fa wonsa team krata yi so se wantimi an supply koko no on time a ukoko beans no 80% no wo de asia wo ye befa what you say not just say yeah the 80% of your cocoa no near collateralize and sign your syndicated loan no?
Okay
enti cocoa bia wo benya bia na just all the call by your local cocoa processors to say CPC no near there more capacity a cocoa bia e produce bia mo betimi processing 50% to Ghana
oh Samu
yes more capacity produce 1 million metric tons a mo betimi process 500,000 metric tons a day e wa ha It is a buy this Casamon share for buy the beto cocoa, young cobaby, and Koju be our wabosia na wabeda ye canajo, because there's so koje as soon as you can went to your children in the premier without canajo. What you say? Say, yeah, be raising cocoa bonds, our Ghana near their to cocoa. And no by my leverage, am I a cocoa no 50%, you bet me the amount. Local processors no more my day a processing to Ghana say ya be chocolate ya be fa enuma e be o ye broni na wo pebia to abe to bond ni bi na yemfa nye day ento ma
wow
enti ya be ma cocoa sector no ya be add value say na nya first ya so beans ni saa e de kono and then ya be add value to your cocoa and now add value to cocoa now you the powder cra now you the chocolate da the value no e cost by about 5%, okay. About 5 times. What you say? Okay. So swap cocoa ni beans are corner say why no. What add the value no? A bono cost by 5 times. And the bema nyuma ye day aba. And yema no ye be ye ne yenso ye be kwa ma no ne asa ye day akoton ye be say nya dollars ye day abeboa. Enti abeboa ama eye oman no ye day ediye. Ba ni manimu ya de esese ye yire yetamu. Esese enuma dura enwunu because dura enwunu na ye day esaya de.
Yes.
Decision we ya papa John Mahama ne finance minister omo dia memene mfepa na ye dey take you because ya ba ya na cocoa 3,100 no
yes
eniema ye kakra bia no won say ye sade 500 bi be kan ho e ma ne ko 3,600 na just say ya papa wo pepa so obe ye niema se ne be ya cocoa akuafo kum be dey e ba hare mo ba bia ne cocoa na bedru no e wo say ya numa dura enwuno na yare ne timi ye dey esa asem na da ho no ayese wo fa se 19 kro uyi wani se wumia enan na ete wa mia nso a umia umia ne fia wo fa se na ye ne ya wa mia nso a ne nan ye dey ete ntia wo se umia na kro ne ye dey ewu ba measures we ya yewra finance minister ene ye papa John Dramani Mahama ne cocoa board edigu akwan mu no ebe boa cocoa sector no afebo a ene abandi antimi mu cocoa akuafo kwase bio because ye ko parliament akoye mra say ye de ato say ne esito cocoa wo wiase adwaman so bia no for mu 70% ma cocoa piani no woni adwenkyire bia ye dai e wo ho ebio cocoa board bi cocoa board nkoye kwan bio kwan roads and highways na be dai be cocoa board ni sika bia wo bia on focus no fa nye dai ento cocoa afa yanko gi syndicated loan bia free ba bia see the beto yi na waka say yen collateralize 80% and until na yen nya beans ni bi emma your local processors wa bro mo ye the APB ya ye be wezi bonds ya ye dey ato ye to ya de ewia ye shemra say 50% yen processing ye dey e wo Ghana ha e be ma Ghana fo nya adwuma ye dey aye e be ma cocoa no value no ankasa nso aye dey akosoro ye koton sa de ne nso we wiase adwaman so a ye de gisika de abe dey enti wo ha cocoa eye cocoa farmers na bia no mo ye omunim ye ko enti bia hyase akasa wa Ashanti region tepa ene bo aman enom ne ade senke betumi abobia ma tiefo ati anka be me depa
se video na ready anka yenkonko hwe yenko tepa ebisara ready yenko tepa ene Asante man tem no ehonom no cocoa akuafo a the immediately a finance minister ebekasa wiye no wo mo ani age se omo dabe ase se ebeye se cocoa board cocoa adwuma bekoso dan se begu enti omo the price na ye komama emisa are ready a ye hwe womra
ere papa jo mama ase because oba ye no ye hu se gimu bia o ye no ina je pa ye se ninje ne boa na bere ne pe ama cocoa sika na basa to wure se ogidi se otiso ba ye sika na tue ma ye hoto ye dia ye dia pereso wotiso na utue ku foreka na hoto ye tie danase
ya ma wakwaba aba nyuma pa wo ya mai na de ahwia ne se yekoko se papo se ye boni o ma yehu de yekọ no kwase mini se ne patro aye fote se nkonkunta da trog so no obi atum twa bi de no na koko no so se betima ye saa na koyanum na be asomdua ba ye bo aba so ye nyuma papa mai na mni pa so mra na kuafo ye nenye te nkoda so ye ntim makua no ye mfo ye hu hyem na asomdua mra ye da wase
o mampanyi jo mama asida kase ne de mama no bi se amamu no ba bi ene nye duro no ye hu bi ehunu afi ba ko obedi ye no ye hu nyuma pa wasate eye na mpanyimfo aka se dua batabo so ya na hu na odi adwuma ma na so anipa ya ba kakra ne nansen koko nsensem a ebai but won so enya ne fomso koko na em say mrofo na omu eye hu dwumadie kese na se omu na edie ye ne bibifo ye ni enti se omu de bo no firi ho ba enya de a wo se etimito o ma ne suntudia yo mbeka no ne yanso ye di so na timi ama ya sumdwie nti ye ti se ate so wo abochimem no akuafo ne ye hwese nka ba ne beti so ama ne dwumadie no atima contentem na won so esanse wo no dwene Ghana fo wonti na nka wo ka ne sisi so wo befa kwan bi aboa akuafo em se wo ye ya entimi ansomu nti se wo hwe na wote so ne betima aboa ama wotima nya skedi atua akuafo no koko no ayato no a ebetima ma akuafo no enya anigye pa ewo no mu sinse obaye na adwen se opese oboa akuafo no na akuafo no ko ho kirim koko adwuma na eya se kwani be so sika ma do koko ase efiri bronya brebe si samiri no ntimi nya sidi ba kokora se ode beto hwe no ene ye tie so kora na ye ma no 10 million kora me fi se opehunu se oni ha mu nti ne de aban na omomoden na de mofo na tisu na du no onso do hwa otisu a ebetima ma na tua ne tentem no ontua na akuafo no ho ha e o ka ni sisi se obefa kwan bi aboa akuafo em se wo ye ya entimi ansomu
mo e watepa ene ne mpata mu said ye wo mo so finance minister new price a wo mo dia benmu a wo mo express eni gia o manya se aba from kura no mo so mo nim niam a ekoso ntina abanasa abas sa akuafo wo hwe wo mo de wo mania does it mean say wo ma tiase say say na situation it here so far as mo kro mo benya ska kakra wo no wo mo pedesa on say
koko akuafo no omo nim de ekoso omo sori omo tie news ono mo wo manso omo ya akrachefo a omo sori anopo omo ko Bloomberg eno mi ade ko hwese na esi to koko wo na omo asese 16 bags ehun se ne bag ba ko bia utie papa no wo se omo wo ne sha ase se ba fom no na omo kra hwese ye papa ebete so ba o kan ne sisi so se o ye but ene ba di aduru no tia na wo se ye de ba fom ba omo be pese ye bete so na mo koko na egu ne yato dansa yesi yente so na ejina fa akona yenya ye wakodo koko wako ikoko so krampan wabebo edo so anumu a ma omowre nyina kurikuri na ne yento koko a na chesa wo bragu nti se yete so ne yeto a emsem faso
Ebeba so per the calculation now why is see per the price of 1 metric ton which is $4,200 any your friend is saying
MPP time 12,000
yes me share currently the
4,200 no yes. $4,200 per ton no and that's 11 cedis cry it could see 46,200 divided by 16 28,807
not just say we share 28,807 no now the share price as a see a buy no edema which is the 2,000 a year 587 now is a buying the obenya also 300 Ghana
say no bia no de to fertilizer sadia ma koko kwiani no
I say na buy no
ha no bia na koko administration omo akrachefo omo bokoko hu bra no ye de ti omo ka no bia na koko nkrampan ne mass spray ye sade ye de ekoye entinya sa aban atibi say sika ne bia wafa ede ye bibi ye koko fo na no sade ye de ebo omo hu bra.
But now, share social media after finance minister Kasewi na almost MPP platform MPP abano NDC abano within Walmart cocoa price so from 3,600 and something to a year 2,587 na one more kasa 7 social media and she said will be all no you can no ko hu sa 7 no aba say no one pass a woman say mo a one more keka na wo yi
on say say eka enfofon ko ana agina ntwea bobri MPP say ka omon ko ana chesa aban no niam asai ama ye bo aban no sobo but ade no aye no nkyerkyere mu no aye de ma no nesese Ghana for ye de etie ebo no ewo soro e na aban na hyeda say wo ti kuku bo so ana say ebo na ba fom ama ne Côte d'Ivoire ha ya akra no opon say ya tie koko so nyina ya bude ne da so wo soro chen Côte d'Ivoire because enka Côte d'Ivoire de ne wo soro chen Ghana koko mo ba smuggle de aye dey akoko ba se ne ye koko ba bia ya te so abedu 25 yi kra no anhwa Côte d'Ivoire fo kra be sa smuggle mo de aba Ghana abedey abeto because still ya de ne ye dey e wo soro se ne America no eye ade bia ohaw bia ya papa John Mahama ebeto ne kwam ba wo se be man sin suo man san no ham ne to nso eto a etwere be ma bo wa amase obetwa agyajo o haw no se ne etie bia wasom obeye nhyehyeye na wasi ano na menim se nhyehyeye we ode bai enkwa nkosi afia wieye na afere se mra no kokko akuafo no abehunu sa ampa ye papa John Mahama ba wo ba ye se obesatra ne mamu no ampani ampa wa bese because kwan ya fa so to kokko ye kokko finance model awo ho since independence be ye 65 years no eno na ye papa Mahama asesa no ye kwa abrofo wo kwaji scan ye de kokko na sia wa no se ye nya sa bio ebo o mo pe na o mo de ma ye na chese ya ton ade na konanim chese ye de kokko no ma no ye se ya ton 2000 ebedu se ye de kokko no be kon ne bi kura kokko no current price no ene na be 6000 na chese ya boka but se dia ya be to ya ade ye to ya ade wi a ye de bia ma ye local processing you know ma process na Ghana fo nya adwuma ye dey aye ne enso de akwa ma no ne akoton wa afi wo pese wo to no ba ebo a wo ho at that particular point no ene beto na wo Ghana kokoo na wo wi ase amana ma na edo kokoo pa eye Ghana Cote d'Ivoire Ecuador Nigeria Brazil in the cocoa pa but then cocoa ya papa Ghana nti Ghana cocoa no ya say premium cocoa okay it will be wo ha okoto Cote d'Ivoire cocoa be $100 a or pe Ghana cocoa no mienu pe dia fremu ama wanya da cocoa flavor no nti ama ye cocoa no omanfo ye dey epe nti that arrangement na ye dey ba no it will not affect the sales of your cocoa in any way by bema value no me ade aida akoso
very well boss sabe se piani bi show cocoa ni bi show ono de entiremu a wode ama nyina still na no ase na koma enyo so ye de enkomo ne bawie no den na woka kire kokwa akuafo na yeso
eno na meka say baby a ya bedro no ye decision a ye papa John Mahama ne finance minister taking a decision a modi amemene mfe na ye dey ye te say ne meka no oba ekura tunu anenan ye dey etie u yiwani say u mia oba ni sunti u jama anenan ati na say o be mia wani de aduru aguma ma ne o meje di se o be mia wani de aduru aguma ma kuro na ye dey o enu ni decisions no a ye papa take na the current cocoa price no ye temporal enkosi afe ni mfie mienu so kwa ni mfie miensa so no cocoa bo no be sa ye dey apagya ma cocoa akuafo ye dey ate the ntima omu nti MPP fo ate semhunu omu na de ya beduru ba bi ayaye dey yaduru omu kwa ne aban o maba 3 years o ma ntu cocoa mu da we 2019 2020 2021 ni nyina ni atu cocoa mu wi ase adwaman so ba na omu ntum ba the NDC say yatum a ye dey ye tum say ebo na ba fom a ye dey yete so edi de cocoa akuafo ma mo hwe de NDC fo ka ma mo hwe de MPP fo ka mo wo ma mo so akrache fo muma mo nko wiase adwaman so no mo nko hwe MPP abreso se ne esi to kokoo ene boa no mo de mamu ene ne se ne esi to kokoo ne de ma ho ne ebe hu se nukuru bi ho ana ze nukuru but decision we decision a ye papa John Mahama taking wo nukuru mu a odi be save kokoo sector yese ye beti kokoo so ne to kokoo na kokoo sector na gina dan se ye de be gina ba bi agina na kokoo sector na ye dey akolapse na kokoo fu a odi mfie be ye edu adono aye dey aye uka
basa okay Abbas Nuruddin CEO the social investment fund ono na wote ne nka ne dey na fei koko hu komo new price na aba akuafo ni bi kura edimika ba be so many da so mo de wo mani je hu price aba no ebeye so mo nyina be boa se koko board be gina da ne se ebegu kura na afi omo hu ba bi omo de omo koko beans no kura ebefa Abbas ye be da wase ewie
grassroots president actually e be din komo
okay abusa ye to jumedi no so live on Power 97.9 FM na fe TV SYZ inside politics jumedi ana ye guso a ye de some ene ewie bi di de nka Obrempong mi di jumedi hu chiame ere ama Mugabe ma say the capacity man ene dey yenko hasa me sani hasa capsules for asye ope osedro a betimi aboa na fe etu osayare ase ama okra no a wo ma ready ye hwe mra ne to adwumadi ni so
me pacho hack healthcare say ka hack healthcare na trese ye na nyame nam ye so ede adro wanwaso a esa stomach ulcer etu ase ma men kan sample etu stomach ulcer se ede aba Ghana mamuni ewiase amana nyina a ye frɛ no haxa mixture and haxa capsules Haxa Misha and Haxa capsules. Adon Tafua Bakon and Kunya Bakon. Casabakun Kunya Bakon. Now the Pessi change in semi pouch so call now cotton mixture now Bomodias who bring a capsules no na Odia County. No mixture no na offenses no the capsules no so no. Aka ho na empem bebre no aya na nkrofo ye mistake bebre wa dro ne no nim na ne nom no aya na bebre na de eye ensuo no ane nom eye capsules na na seto pan no na ye bo monka ye se enye sa na ye adro no mepacho oye ne sa pa na chesa dro no wa ma ahoden wo se enya edis kon yade no mepacho ahoden no unya ne sa ana se ase wa abuse adro no mepacho bomodi aso akotwa adro no anopa awie ne anwumre oba be no no de dikan no eye ensuo ni de no obebie so no bottle no obehena cap bitua so yi cap no na woso aduro no ma me se ya woso no na dido no emram haxa mixture no dido no mram no wabumienu no why den no wanom afi wanom awie no wa train 30 minutes time now the ordinary water wo fi bi anase pure water bi no me pacho wo de anom capsules no sumienu afi wawie no me se stomach ulcer dear your friend H. pylori or the ulcer ne ban on or send who ordinary on foul yam honey and share me pacho and mintina and nay yaba wenima yenim so ni here down name monom ayana a refintino na yabo kwamu abrano na again stomach ulcer busia for and sana yebeto aso no me pacho the number no phrase say ya set me no kasa yobe na bibi how ebia opebia to wako baby wanya bi na anas wanya mixture ni bi unyanya capsules ni bi me pacho the friend number yi na won susu no yen kire ba bia benya bi se ewum fata se yen deliver bi kran famre won susu a me pacho ne so no ye ba ya ma na sum bia ba na bibia koyi e de ma number no e 0240 23 83 10 0240 23 83 10 won susu betimi afre ye telecell 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 me pacho friend number nti si asemi no kasa doctor fo beje so na ye no wadi nkomo me si adura doctor fo beye mako so atena se na omaye no mode aba na eba ye ansa yade emiensa yade emienu na emom yade ba ko pe anesa aye stomach ulcer na che se wa no timo se the effectiveness of aduro no anode ne pa ye aduno etimi na ho ode ne wosoro nti bomode ya se ulcer ba betekere wo so a be ka ko pebi na won so no ho atom ye ka ulcer den ni ulcer kuro na brano no de we are difa enomo de hu komo no se ekuro no ba bia beto wo ni padua nim no ne fa so na ye de ato ne dini enti e bia ko hospital doctors wonya peptic ulcer so otesa peptic ulcer ne de na de opeso o kire nyina ne se ekuro na ba ye no ba ko ato wo nso nkoto anim ana ba ko nso so aba beto wo ye firi nim ba bia wodidi a aduane no ekogu honom no enti ana obo din se wonya peptic ulcer na chese kuro mienu ana aba eye oni padua nim ba ko da wo yem ba ko nso so da wo nso nkoto anim e bia wo wante eye peptic ulcer na no ote gastric ulcer na say gastritis ene na the doctor no person change na say ekuro na eba ye no antom sunim nemom ekoto ye frinim ba bia wudidi a ekogu ne ho ana ekuro no akwa akoto eye ulcer no eye kuro no eho ana akwa akoto e bia na nso so no wo want gastric ulcer na so want gastritis nemom no ote esophageal ulcer so wuti bibisa na the doctor na person o tire nyina ne say ekuro na ebeto ni padua nim no ato eye droben bia me pacho esan minimu a wudidi aduane to anum a efam akoto yem no sa droben no eho ana eye ulcer no ababa beto anase ekuro no ababa beto na eno na abrenu nyina no me kire o se ulcer biara wate type biara hodo biara wate de ewunim ne ewunim de ya boni din ede ya kire oni de ye mo ni din fa nkire wo da me pacho anu pomasibre adura ye potunya ebetimi di ensasi ye boni ya boni de di ho adanse a kire o se etu ulcer ya de ase no eye haxa mixture and capsules Haxamisha and capsules. Say yadi bia ba besane wa me pacho ha wo ho nko drugstore anas pharmaceutical shop bi nko bo adro fufuro bi adi anas nko ka jom so wo saba me yem temo mam yadro da bi unya dru ho ma ne da screen so no de fa phone e fa twa ne say ya ko ya na de ato kanta ne so we bi ana me hwehwe edi atumi ulcer se no eye ɛyɛ haxa mixture and capsules a ɛbɛdi wakaginamu ama ulcer na yɛden afiri nipadua nim na mepacho yɛnkɔ ɛyɛ signs and symptoms no meba no obi ka sɛ ayɛ abɔ ɛsoma me yie san sɛ me meti wɔ me nipadua me ntimi hu sɛ enu bia na sɛ ɛyɛ ebi na ɛpɛ sɛ ɛba bɛyɛ me no ɛne na tie mepacho sɛ osaba wo nipadua no mu a aya abre no na abra no na symptoms ne signs a wobɛti wo nipadua no ma kyesa stomach ulcer ibi na yɛ den aboboba wo nipadua no no ɛno bi na meba bobɔ so yi won so no ebia na wo foforo bi a wote wobɛtumi afrɛ number na me de to dwa no na one yɛ akyɛ ɛyɛ 0240 23 83 10 0240 23 83 10 also bet me after 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 me pacho osa na eba oni padua mu a symptoms ne signs a obetimi anya oni padua mu no me pacho bo no a o se aya na me bo anu tokro ya eda se bi omini fumienu ntam ho no kotowa no emutimi tutumi na emutimi ya me yasa na etode bo wakra etimi so ma kire bramu obi de yakra etimi so ne mfe ne mfe bo nse ne mfe no mpeni nyina eye ne ya na kire bramu no nyina no mpeni nyina no eye ne ya obi wakra na eba ne sa na me pacho se ebia odidi anase nsuo bi tram no na obo wampa bo nse ne munu nyina no eye ne ya na kyese ne dom mpeni nyina no kyese emututu ne pa onhunu ne a onya ne ho obi nso so won no me pacho o kasampo se ne o sabana na o kasa no mpo no intumi madene agye se wutie na wode waso aben na no pansa na wateni a o ka no obi nso won no me pacho o se me o sabana me nantim pa me nine me intumi fancy form de ne isanse me de tia form na ase me munu wo me ase me dom penum nyina ye me ya etutu me pawo chow momodia ebia na wodi and symptoms na wonya na stomach ulcer na dia ba me pacho kona kope haxa mixture and capsules ibe na nonom ema asumdie mra obu okwa ne ose ne ulcer no ababa be so ne nsase ya machese ne nsa dompeni na beti dompe kluntimi mpagya ne nsa de ulcer betumi ayewo no momodia na kope haxa mixture and then the capsules no nom ema uhu enye de ento na asumdie mra wonso so no ulcer no den na eyewo anasa atenka ben na woti wo nipaduam obu won ma o se aduane nya tom ye ma na meyam eye meya se menidi ye so na meyam eye meya into stomach ulcer no akoye yade bi a mepacho akoye kosie nkosi na koden koda udidi a oyam eye wo ya wondidi nso so a oyam eye wo ya mepacho bomodi na kope haxa mixture ne capsules na eno no me se enano obi nso or say signs and symptoms are meti wo mini paduam nim say se meda na meda me nifa so a na eho seseme meda na me ho na meda me benkum so a na eho seseme se meda machin so dia enye jai kura na kire se ye wa metie no anu ye ya me paucho unso so say na woti wo mini paduam nim ni nyina no stomach ulcer betimi di way aba kona kope haxa mixture and then the capsule so ibe nonom ma ohu anye den entom ulcer no adidi wo mu ache enu nti ama akwakodu stage bi a me pacho wonya internal bleeding eno na obi won ma aduane nya to ne yema abonso wafe sabi offense so a obehena moja egum sabi oja ne nan a obehena moja egum eba ne sa na wo de na moja egum no abam wo hunu se wonya internal bleeding na so ye wo bi wo no wane ulcer ne ba me pacho internal bleeding no wonya bi na so ohunu sanse obefe no na moja bi enim obeja ne nan na moja bi enim sa nipa no obehe owo hono mu a otimi hia obi na yaka kire ne se unipadua yi anase wo skin wonya pale skin anase unipadua aye ho ya chese moja no so te anase efiri unipadua no akọ ananso se obi hono mu a obehe wonya eye internal bleeding na moja na hyase efiri ho a obehe na obehe usori anopa anase usori awia wo hono mu a bonsi woni so ye wusi so wo sori no anso ade mu pa na utwa hwe me pacho osatimi de nim nyina eba kona kope haxa mixture ne capsules no nom ma ohu ento me pacho osa no den na eyo me pacho obi wo no ma wo se me kasa sabe na enka ewo manum an ekuro ana ewo yam madika aka kiro say ekuro wo yam no kasa na mframa fa kuro so na ba bonten a oban na ba bejaw anum nka halitosis and as bad breath en fede wo yade wo ye nipa de wo ye den yade beba na yade wo hunti na yaresa wo ho na your stomach ulcer de na wo do ye ba ko pe Haxamisha and capsules and Codrastol and kokasa mo mam yadro bia na me patro dre wo so botin Haxamisha and capsules am patro ye ntafo ba ko enkonya ba ko ye num bom emma osase etuji no mani bio na fresi asemi no kasai a doctor for bejo so na ye din komo 0240 23 83 10 0240 23 83 10 also bet me after 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 me pacho yan twaso na osa no me say na won so ti e wo nipadua nim wo de no kra de wa hospital aye endoscopy ye de drobe mbia wuro minimum akwakoto yem omo ma fam san de me kan omo nim de me kan no me pacho wo hu ya wa wo fam no me mpeso be ko hu bio na mum no kope Haxamisha capsules no nom e ma ohu enye de entom aduane si wanim na nso wontimi ntibi ni obeni se loss of appetite and as a reluctant to eat me pacho se wonya atenkam poseti aduane for ko wanum esan stomach ulcer a me pacho kona kope Haxamisha na enonom ema ohonye de entom mo wonu se aduane a wudi no wudi aduane na se aduane ne to ya manu asenya fini nyina ba bonten enuane na wudi ye no emu nepa anase emu nupa nutrient na wonu yanim no anka eno na air kwahyehyɛ na ma onipa duane wa ye fine wona ma wa ye kama na so wa fini nyina ba bonten no mi bi sa se enupa na ebe hyehyɛ no ewen enya wo fault a stomach ulcer kona kope Haxamisha capsules na nonom ema ho ntɔ ne sane ntino be he sese no wo honom a ase udidi all right there na so tia na ete ase na wo check your weight ade ncho be check na swate ase sese kwa na enkrofo ahase etretrom sa wo so se nyama wanya yade body me pa cho anya yade body no wanya busuafo na emom no stomach ulcer betimi aye ne sa onkonkope Haxamisha na capsules na ononom ema ne ho entono me pa cho ulcer no wo de ne ban no oma migraine utifai etimi jo kim e ball pa ye kwa na mo wakoma kwa so asen asore na e ball pa me pa cho kona kope Haxamisha na capsules na no why na oho ento me pa cho ulcer no den na eyawo me pa cho wo honum a ase o feel dizziness ase wo honum a ase menyare so menti apo bomode na kope Haxamisha na nonom ema oho enye den ento na bibia enkoye eye ulcer dia eye Haxamisha and capsules na abusiafo adupana ton huntina ne asita wo baabia elinto kan si drugland dia yanko tenated afenso so yanko repash afi yanko halos tema yanko little George afi mankasim Jeff Heba me paucho udu takwadia owas abibidro fie afenso koforudia delight ana Gabson Pharmacy afenso so yanko kaswadia na educard ana Tribe of Judah afi nkoko Isaac Drugstore udu La Paz there House of Drugs me paucho opposite Las Palmas no ni dudu mu ba ku mu me paucho retail ana wholesale ni nyina no obenya bi ato na emom no se wo pese wo frɛ na onso so no baabia wo bia no unji bi eton anase unya bi anase wo pɛ baabia beto bi dia number no nie 0240 23 83 10 0240 23 83 10 ana 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 Ntimaminka Haxamisha and capsules na jeme so osa etanfo obusiafo medama say dasene yebeshia.
Every human body mass should have at least 60 50% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Na ade na ya obayi a oda forma so ne yafunu emunumuni.
Oh, Mr. Entry, also ya reya titi be ben fie pi nanso ne yam nyono da. Se me chiro no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture yanum bom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom. Anka ne ho to no dadaada. Ulcer dro de eno ne Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture.
Ankom ni nchiremu.
Ulcer yekura eto yefunu ene ensunumu. Etuma wo yefunu ekeka wa wo je ho a enyi ulcer etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie. So how eye ulcer de a compare Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto.
Pedudu etu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatanya wama won mofranofo ene mofra woni mfie dumienu enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
ulcer tamfo edie age edwadie nkrato yi atom.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to a butler who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Obrempong eye edwumada. Ebwa eyam eduane. Ebwa eyi insa free ni peduanim. Na ebwa woni pedua ma etena ho yi. Nanso, woni se niema a yedi na yenom. Timi ma brebo ye edwumaden sen pote. Mehunda. Me brebo ye juma pa e bia se me tumi ye bibi bo me brebo
ani and waiting about the lift from the Moses Clinic we have our center about herbal food supplements we see pa de bo brebo ama e ye juma yi
na e ye juma
fatopa ye ni no anopa ni enumre na eboa ma brebo ye juma yi sene be ya e betimi anyam aduane a wodi e siesi ni peduane mo e yi mo finsi
eno na me brebo kia pa Obenya Life Kid or pharmacy herbal shops ni supermarkets a ebeo se wo pedudo so to a 0244 068447 Life Kid wa wo brebo wa wo ni pedua Edru yi enye ma apemfo e ma ema omomanfo ne mmofo a wonya mfie dumie FDA agi dwedie krato yi atum
I'm Simon Akwaba Beauty Back Power 97.9 FM live on TVSYZ Inside Politics Jumedi and you may see yes in Kunya Kama Kama 9 Sema Hodwa etwegu o man Ghana mu ye fa sa akwenye so ne ye asomo mpanifo a o makwadare sense mi ma brebia ye pe o ba na o mo ba chirechire mo mi ni de enke Obrempong grassroots president ene mi ti akonya kese mu de ma Mugabe Mase the capacity man ma min kan for ex natural mineral water mfe ma ne ento adwumade ne so dwumade bi a wudi se wo ware se wo ye se wo ye birthday party ensu a wono ma hu se mu ye kroje na nuane nro aye mu ma ne betimi aboa wapomuden ex natural mineral water onsaka bi betimi aboa busuan mu nyina komo bi e ben wo anase minimat bi e ben wo obenya bi ato ne bo nso da fom yie pa na fe wo de akofie na one abusuan na akọ enjoy na mum se open do etu na nso waton a bo modern affairs a number si ombeje so na fe wo mama nsuo ne bi etu akwakoton na nso watimi age ho fa so ego botom 0596 273-546 0596-273-546 and 0596-273-547 0596-273-547 ex natural mineral water simply natural na bibia ye kama abusha ye to ejumedi no se nempanifo mienu a ma beka ensa e wo fidue mu ye bomode na fe nkoma aka nyina no omodi nchire mu abran honorable Peter Yaw-Kwachiaka or former member of parliament Edema Amenfi Central NDC Amanyoko Nidim na no gina and afi Bismarck Teria Boating only a former chairman Eastern Region the NDC Amanyoko no penifo me mama kwaba enyume bibi aboko de fugu na Wednesday but me say one chairman they say my say
exactly
mo be champion pa ma de bia ma mo ho ayefe pa
thank you
say them blend the colors na mo di aba no
yeah
okay ono ma me sha see mfiri ho so far semwa ekoso kakra wa hu bibi fa ye beba we no so no o comment kakra wo ho na fe ye to aso
me na me da asbebre na me fa kwanya so nchia me mpetwa so fo me fi central fo eni wahwefo eni watiefo nyina se ye chia wo na say eniema ekokoso no bi ni se galamsey na yebeka ho asem anopem se me ko joy prime ikodi hu nkomo kakra ho eye amansie central ensemu abano emsa abai no afro se ofhwem ohwehwe ensemu mu na de besibia no amamanfo ache ense adia ama Ghana for adwuma mu kense kakra esanse ye ba ne promises se galamsey no yebetu ase se de previous government omo ese ne ma galamsey ne be je enti wo mani mu no e promise be ye ba ye gusubi nenso em se de esi enrai ama kwachiri kakra nti ebesre local government minister Ahmed Ibrahim metie no awoka se obawhwem se omo gigi taxes ewo sa galamsey for hodia na omo hwem na se obia yebegu se wanye ni ye no yebeye na yede mra no ayadwuma em se mama bai odimra agufam eye responsible mining omo de aba anka yedie no so a kabom se be solve problem in onka se me yenye mining ni mu ye ya yenye responsibly edi me kribeye no yentwem yen close to water bodies and yentwem na yema alternative livelihood ni na ye ne mam se ya basim pie so abekan several occasions na miners so omo so hwe yi se omo de ade ebedi ebe mra so omo ya anka win-win situation no benyeska oman benyeska na yense yensio yense yensase unko forest ti se de embrace kire pepepe na so hwe a enkoyi ho womu mpenifokura yi won se ohwe sane ma no so no e fa kondonu ohwe naimosfo ohwe nadbufo ese nadbufo e fa da mu collection agents a omunyam gigiska e wo sa galamsey fo ho enti yesra mampanyin
omo a womo nkonko boban
no
na womo nhwe se
yes
galamsey fo ensensu womo nsensase womo nsen forest reserves ebi ma fa continue say gigiska
freedom ho kan ho bi na emra no enya adwuma no womo yayi won se womo nkonko hwe no womo akwa no mafakire no mo gigiska wa fa womo gigiska from galamsey for galamsey nyom nyina so na womo etwi make money we must make it right. No giants were officer or if you're not scar a month for the Jiffy mono. I am too much. Near noon there I buy a bini this year or war Amansia Central. No bar out no letter only a letter back PR or the letter back and no crowd there or making sure say DC never sign because there's a you say all the letter free assembly all the back a baimana isana DC net and Sasha say where the user say signed the PRO and assign when you know a say binding all different say a bylaw be or intino Ofido right say Ede Oji Sikano bylaw which was made in 2008. A man from say bylaw ni local year one more aye local law I was assembly na two year law.
No bylaw see the Sika wo Galamsey aye bani. Yes,
sir e be first 2008 no. Na Galamsey no e a focus of the nation.
Yes.
And you be our assembly fee say there
Omojuska. It is a CR president. Abani say wabani Galamsey.
Yes.
Irresponsible mind in the sense you say say. Inti de inti na we assembly a ultimate corner wo koko disika free. Sir Adiana are president and abani say one pen.
That is the bath in the womb. You say
yes.
Sir DC no
okay. Inti receipt no be na edano. 3,000 as a tax for Galamsey, evidence of 3,000 received paid by Joint News undercover journalists into the internally generated fund of the Amansia Central Assembly in exchange for a year uninterrupted Galamsey operations. Wow.
Yes. Now, let me come there by which send.
Yes.
Galamsey. We can find one now.
Since you
can find it, say no more. You destroy the image of the government. Binding a brace or person two side yase. Into your best, we are agent of the president as a DC own out the president in the effect no own president of the area. And the president Kasem dia. I don't make sure say ubedi so. So what you need to there you have to
appoint the president and name. Yes. The president is Mr. Galamsey. Who see the koka say who DC and NC they open.
And they are defending it. Let's let know when you be obetuma check joy news. Omo the letter na mutual by justification. Say bylaws no.
Actually, say woman this country Galamsey
2008 into our patch say all the previous union regimes in into no the new but it's unpardonable.
Okay.
Oh my me sure says this is near there. I've always argued say no. This time no Mexicani are no aye in place of appointments where share MP obi or sabi or MP you cannot read and write. Many and Tiasa Oma, 8 minutes they are not maybe, but a do be under qualification. What you mean is below a first degree. What is it here now? Yes, a big master's near day. Or to present a room, but Okra master's degree.
Yes.
Because you must be able to read, understand the issues at stake. Where you are by cocoa about, where you must be able to understand. But this time you are Mexican. How's all called parliament? Now you are going to make laws for intelligent people, professors, doctors, and you cannot read and write. And there should be a law. One more by GC, we must make sure or minimum intelligence. It's like a USA, a companies to say Apple, we are compare intelligent boys now on free university. No,
yes,
or me high grade near the alcohol. Let me think. Okay. Yes, we must begin to do these things. Say, we DC, not say, we can justify, say, not bylaw be until the news now full. That's what you're thinking.
President Obani.
Which is a president. Yes, and bylaw, when I say president, I can't. You have to know. I don't just say intelligence, no.
Very well.
Then you say, well, or you're intelligent, but you don't say a bino. I said, the iron or the bino to a very precarious situation. And Tiabasre, say the making no omonhwe na say we no local government minister you be share interpretation of the beba because oya investigation. I know this man, very strict man, Ibrahim Mohammed. We say by very strict time. You say so shame na nipa ne di anko yi no. He will take the axe na free ama abana ko yi empesa nkeka wa ikra wo. Yes.
Okay, man. So I'm going to chairman board team home. Chairman. Akwa babio.
Yo, me.
So we are work there.
Oh.
Nice one. O kakra wo be kan e dia so Amansia Central Asenia Galamsey Asenia.
Won kakra bi.
Okay.
We cheer TF4 nyina.
TF4 just.
Cheer. When o ka say uko yuka e wura bi e friend Lovinya. I former DCP o Abrem. O tie papa.
Oh, nice.
And Jaja on a parliamentary candidate to Afonso Irebi. Says I'm the only be more. I said, Ghana for SYZ to Donna and Koye.
Nice one.
Michema Bush and for Babala mean Mone Bright in Quessa more and one by any the senior prophet. And I walk.
I speak you.
Yachia Omampany, any regular zebra, any party from Penny for you. Kakra kan say Obrempong ayana digital assembly no enye se yakotran ho keke yetran ho emra hwehwe
okay
you can by law you local by law the local government act ni de emam mo ho kwan se mo betumi aye mo by law ewo local ho
yes
but say we say unim say o ma obi permit say ultimi control be stop work and produce permit na wa manager dynasty wa anye ni ya no akobubu se hoya otaloko nso fa honti at the same time no say assembly no ye on fee resolution no naji on fee ni nyina atom won budget no a eno na ma woni hu on revenue a IGF no ska benya but the moment ya aban no do buy any policy
yes
ababonten say may fight for this no unfanka local government in policy so ko 2 you say 1 2 okay so as I said una consultation from your local government minister say the local bylaws were better you fie mbotwini say abana fight for Galamsey yanko so ni anyije revenue ho ana enye because it determined by the local government no but the moment now president appointed who are local government ministers no e say unya consultation from unni open is a okojipa no committee crime
okay
the only committee crime no say ehye ya wa ban no esi na ni nje ho ndi say bia ni a unni no ko bisa no bo
osi ompe
tidi ehun na akoji hu revenue local government no any aban no appointed won say ade we ade aye kotia to say akoji hu dia na say what approve man say otumi si dan ne water lock
yes
in the moment na obe ji sika ne pepepe me just one ma hokwa say mitimi do excavator no eye de me pebia enti eye ba bia enne wiye ehunu we no an esi yinadi the business assembly my president Bodia. The same article the assembly members in so passive vote of no confidence.
Okay.
Also. Without consult the president.
Anything that assembly members in the two
swabano. If the president Bodia 10 days, 14 days, that's assembly members in the two swaba. Assembly might be representing Lotua area. Every lottery area be a population na wo na ye wona ko represent e and this all to aba eyi DC no a lottery area na ye DC
okay
and your 4-year development plan wo assembly man say o chia opotem for na o chia o bi so de niam a wo de penny ni won pansa na wa kwasa abre na ko jo won na name aka say ye pe bridge ye pe light street light ye pe this
ye pension
no na catch us and 10 person dey we na mo pe the by 4 near you
okay
so what I say
okay
and this will me ekwan say obey dey wo pe but you na this phone be dey feel say yenya pointing na so ye this year and am say all correspondence ni nyina for this year ni ntinu of course
I untouchable
ebi no ye autocracy
yeah
yen ko na sem ebi so ko en wona ko na this coordinating directors any municipal coordinating directors the municipal and metropolitan directors no dey betima transfer na ko ba bia but we this ni betima you ne
betima you for so
na abana wa point to the policies in so dey say what na because coordinating director na dey or a civil servant na the morning video this inside check
o sir
baby authorize it
sign memo
keke na check the branch check ni tachiri
okay
director ni
finance officer
on
sign bank
okay
baby na this about na ho na we defend it say all about public accounts committee no you be so be na this na catch so na coordinating director henti ya no I don't know what you ya no this one man penny tie ya reset Ghana no this bia ne ye penny ne ye say empa betumi ama ye Ghana for nyie ntum na 2028 ye bebre no
yes
ye access one ye you said the man ko here ye man me trafie president wa betre fie penny
yeah
ana enfie wotwe ansa ne de na babie no engineer ma wo yeri bia ye ne Ghana for pe engineer ma this ni me sa anye mu ye gari amieni ya obo guarantee issue
yes
but this is for the break to hey this is for the break to me na say this is to me and ga be gwaji ho licenses
galamsey now
this is for the break to me MMDC for the break to me
where allegation am yet you
any allegation you want to know say guy phone call ni bi an ga be wo mu an ka kire say edokore
wow
be break to me to be a there the man who sika be nko ayedi common for na bro in the history of this country 1957 you were John Roman mama bam and yama common for no group pa it is other than say for sika 3000 what do you interest or what 3,000 bet me lesi 6 unit classroom 3 unit classroom bet me see compound ni sa okay cham fine say nsu okun grofo
okay
enti me de ma no sim
yes
ebenya mire abeka abai catch for and then me no kasa 50 years you be bra pass no obi akoto 40 Ghana cedis per kiosk and no dey call 80 Ghana what I say but the same people for a cool man who buy one double by 100%. The same kiosk will not see what they get 40 no. Who buy they will see 80.
Sharon, yeah, that's it. I was saying to you, maybe this one, name my main cause a divine hope about center. Woman, the Otria have our powder, but was it main country Juma Edi. Na ko pebi nanom na afi ntimi mboa enti say we Spain oba ene bema se o sisi ye ya unsaka otwa ha ba powder na betimi aboa afi pass koko ha wadwene a eno se betimi aboa sexual weakness low libido and afi stroke na etete wa bra aboa no motwa eno se betimi aboa ye also ne menstrual disorder ni nyina no eye adwuma otwa herbal powder di ma unsanka bi na mboa te baako no te sachet baako no na pe warm water na afei wo so ana de nyina egu anu once na wanom na afei dro na timi awura wumu akwakodi dwumadie ahodo ebetimi aboa oni pedua ne yie pa se wo pebi atu na se waton a ana se wo pebi ato abacho poko Gapson pharmacy eno wo kofodia afei eye capeba na osunyane House of Drugs ya Shaman Boachi ansa Cape Coast na na Boachi eba tema na afei PK eye Gumbila eno ewo Tamale onsabe timi aka eye otwea heba pada ne bi ono ato na wanom na aboa frɛ number si se open dodo etua 0591 565 557 0591 565 557 and 0550 639 037 0550 639 037 or try about part also ja nishiwa wara obeba abusia akwa safari Safari Valley Resort Eco Resort ɛyɛ beaeɛ a me ankasa no da me wura hɔ no na me hunu sɛ yes Ghana yɛ wade oye kyɛ sɛ serene environment sɛ wohwɛ wɔn adan sɛdeɛ wɔn asisi no na wɔn abɔ mmɔden create man-made lakes wɔn wɔ baabi a wɔn ayɛ natural ɛyɛ park wɔ hɔ a zoo a wonam mu nyinaa na mmoa a wɔn yɛ harmful wonni wɔn obɛn wɔn na wɔhwɛ sɛdeɛ mmoa no so ne relate fa eti sɛ woyɛ wedding sɛ woyɛ party biara sɛ woyɛ yie dwuma event bi esi w'ani so anaa wankasa na wopɛ sɛ wɔn abusuafoɔ no entu bata na mo nkɔpɛ baabi ɛndwodwo mo ho te sɛ sɛneɛ mo wɔ fie de pɛpɛɛpɛ deɛ a na Safari Valley Eco Resort na make for the amount wɔn mu adu krom akuapem ɛne okugwa akuapem ɛntɛm sɛ wuduru hɔ a w'ani bɛgye yie paa bɔmmɔden na frɛ saa number wei na wofrɛ wɔn bɛgye so nkyerɛmu aka biara no wɔn mo de bɛsom 0596 691 0596 914 394 0596 914 394 and now say visit your website www.safarivalley.resort.com safarivalleyresort.com na face Safari Valley for emomoden na womonyo so na wokɔ hɔ woni abusuafo no kɔ wokɔ your party kɔ yo bibia hɔ na be sampa asɛm America no emu ede enimo we ye ne eye honorable Peter Yaw kwachi aka wono eye former member of parliament the people of Amenfi Central or fia ana fia ye Bismarck Tewia Boating one a former chairman and the man this Kono Eastern region Penifoni no and Abeka and South Fide Munafi and Komaka near the so honorable me bow subio Sir Oshaya and Radaya and His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama inaugurate a presidential advisory group on the economy. Osha about 12 member a group Sabri Wamobabe Tai Womechi. Na ombe Tai Netia wono chair sa group no abibia na wahwe se woman economy yin sika sem se beye ne be fa ne ntima pa bi die fra na dwumadie bi ekoso woman no etumpon so hwempanifo ya ye de atotumu ya say na wo hunu wom dwumadie ombebedi na what are the expectations ye hwe ni mo
ye bunya yasem papa na ye wuni kai me fa obi asem message say me kan to say this is no boy galapse no no crepa obi asem me message
oh sir
I say me kan to say
confirm media
I confirm
so some of the DCs are involved in
illegal mining yes
wow
enti o say me kan say de o kan no cre enti economic advisory group here amati dem say abel discussion happen na enrana MC president inaugurate wom we actually say president obaye no na ni wo economy no because say ekoto ba na eni be the biggest idea amount for ehwe so economy ni ya obaye de nkura abano be de amount
okay
ampa so hwe de NPP omoye money economy ni titi pansa me the inflation rate e could do 54 we share debt to GDP ratio do a nam over 100 tira bosia ekobo no etumi antua esika yigi na etua kura anyeye we share your public debt rise dollar CD ratio nti aban ba no em say odeni ko say e de ohwe sa ne ma no ampa so the first year no omni aye stability on ya stabilize man yema mbubo bosi uchi msenina aba ya ba single digit inflation 3.8
yeah.
As I say just unprecedented price of goods are stable the amount for so the price never firm now I try to educate people say no you can't say inflation is 3.8 I mean just say then yema ba firm the rate of rise of prices no for the year no 3.8 and stable
okay
3.8% just say cost slow
okay
all like before now the core hyperinflation 54% we ko tade no gina wa na ade na akosoro na price na change
okay
say me ka say 3.8% just say over the last month na year na that's a price rise in the 1 year no price be cost 3.8%.
Oh, okay.
I need to say the price buffer and we friend deflation or negative inflation.
Okay.
Negative inflation and say prices drop and drop. And also I mean for me say prices drop be and also a bit to collapse the economy. Instead, every time some sort of inflation about 1.5%. Advanced countries, it be a 1%, it be a 1.2%. But you need negative inflation, and very dangerous for the economy. However, certain prices are confirmed. No economy demand and supply na elastic and inelastic demand economies ka kram ye no nti memfa enu share ho so ban ba obomodina yes an ye you say petrol they determined by the dollar rates any price of crude oil ni ade no and no may say that you benya stable fuel prices you cry half as to the previous one no? Exports are increased into the government aye very excellent on this economy. Now, opposite or sans a cost view. First year they are stabilizing on. A year to second year no. Finance minister can say a year they call into growth. Growth. One man is stable. This time they are a growth. Until now, president so in his wisdom what power. Some penny for ya. Omo babe omo ebinimi and so dey to so now it's so small
yes excellency
yes
na Ajiman vice president also be
Sam Jonah former finance
minister Mr. Piani
yes
they're now the economists yes
Sam Jonah Sam Jonah
yes
now one part former Bank of Ghana, Tugbe Afezi, BM so no industrialist or can be and Ms. Abinamoa, Ghana Stock Exchange, Priscilla Chumesiba for University Professor and Academic Researcher, and Professor Patience Asua PhD University Professor and Academic Researcher. Iti sa indeed for our year 12, I say. Nana Jane na Obedano President Ankasa say also Okahubi nti a strong team of one on the best year advise the president as to what to do say economy na year next time these academicians no I
was coming there because you work from her economic management team from the previous government and normal year Dr.
Banjafo,
senior minister, Sakuto, Sam Penifui. Again, yes, from this time around, this presidential advisory group on the economy. And Kobane say, at the end of the day, no, you have a reflection of what happened. Previous government.
So say difference. I mean, say first one of boy, sa Jambafo, Sakoto, Kenofuriata. All right, that's not old school debate. The research I mean say, that's no debate. Do your casa. No, nurses are suffering, teachers are suffering. Oh, you debater. No debating club school, secondary school. Yes. Into your casa or money Ramos are. Yes, into when you have moved here as a whole Ramo. Yeah. You know, where's the difference now? No, pure NPP apparatchiks.
Okay. Almost the party
and
the performance but the
different okay means a campaigning with all his credentials
yes
or MPP no MPP and say founding member
yes
or but so more a squad man for me a twin fan so no say or from different party
yes
I don't think so from NDC
no Sam Jonah
on businessman.
Yes.
You know some of them even to be MPP.
Okay.
Yes. My affiliation here MPP.
Yes.
I think that is the difference. Well, you won't say number fear of mine. No politics and buy ho. Fear the babua of mine and casa. And that is the difference. I think say this man I don't think they argue about politics.
Okay.
I don't think say skill again towards the NDC. So I did be a year now. NDC never can know because the whole world is watching at these men. No politics now here. Your power say femoral economy no. And I believe that is the difference. That is the reason why this one is going to work. President Mama on yet too political something or kasakura untu say oh yeah for this party and for this party especially about a president only go be o kasa untu say oh yeah utumi gina ho as a president utumi gina ho ma say no or divide the MPP and the NDC. No, this president is not like that. In China, what me power, I think say with your intelligence, you share on my background that some Jonah, say some Jonah, yes, exploits at the Shanty Gold. Okay. Yes, you share. Toba Fedi in Obaya Bank of Ghana, Governor Kra for a very short period. I'm saying during the NPP time. Yeah. Yes, into Oya Bank Governor who you say the meanings were towards NPP. Yes, and professors here, they are professors. Yeah. University researchers here. Yes, I believe say it will be different now. We are just urging them say, I'm for a beyond change. Not for once, my economy is aging. To me and see forward. Not gonna, but because you may be like I yes, for so a long time, we share near course. Oh, now and yet a haircut here by in 25 because of bad policies. Can for yata or Ghana Quatina America, a uncle for goose, and now finance minister. Yeah. Of a country like Ghana, former cabinet minister. Now, what business is near the idea, and now we share to croak it to me, or the man cramming that. We need to cram a dog, the cramming, or Ghana, or baby, or that is saying on that. Why? Because you didn't think about the country. What do you say, personal? Now, Yama, a Koswa, and yet, I think that this is a team, no. Omo ebehwe say sane me enkoso na emenakos na gains enyano fiscal discipline ne exports are grow public debt are drop investor confidence abba na gold board and so support you rational spending aye no na ombehwe say sa enyema kikin ebekoso yi na edi relief abba na creative jobs especially for the youth. Yes, and we are very, very important. 24-hour economy need a big boost now. Yeah, you know. If you say a very devoid of corruption, very well. Now I created jobs for the youth. Yet we created jobs for the youth now. I think we are ready to go.
Very well. Yes. Honorable Peter Yakwacheka, former member of Parliament for the people of Amenfi Central, and this Amanyoko Nidimu, and now who say, walk as a Siamamico Chairman, Chairman. With the way our economy ni baby about inflation $3.8 about a year and ECD no 10 CD 11 CD there about or share fuel a liter of petrol say 9 CD 10 CD there about any the current presidential advisory group on the economy of President Diabano what then I will share any mobile say this woman
no report that's it let me say you were Onabuaka the new matter to insane na yere kangara me say ho asem me fa ba ko bi mfamo na director of NADBO say wo tie SYZ omo e hu ne say atrenchem boafo ko na hweso but ne mani bi afa garam say ato ho so say da bi on be call garam say pit NADBO director no eno honu mumu no ne do na office no eko one jiji sika bebre but the appropriate time e be buy eno mi no ha no e be ma one say enye won adwuma no no eno ka hu bi na sa galam say no instigating ni parliament woni tu na memmo eye Isakim MC na baso anaju awie nyina o galam say site hwese eno mpo a eye chebi ene no potem o galam say wo kra or fight for. Okay. Baby biara o bia. But one more on a new come said director of NADBO Eastern region so or you be a discipline or not from. Omo new call and kwala no ho atu atese e o galam say site na on be jisika ne ho no on dey play on ye yo no. Ne stop one once and for all. Say nyane sa e die because enya galam say nu e da oni kotu ase. Ne mo on de hwakwe ono I want to more or less no on the bank ATM sorry ATM ho no de question we iska but yan compare economic management advisor group wa omampani His Excellency John Dramani Mama ɛsoa wɔ ne nwerɛ na yɛnhwɛ nua Bawumia anaasɛ Nanado aban na ɛwɔ mu sɛ vice president biara na Muslim no ɔyɛ chairman for economic management saa ne yɛaka no na wohwɛ Bawumia ne nsɛm a ɔka fa late Msata ho mmerɛ na ɔkyɛ economic management team na ɔman bɛyɛ 125 questions or 170 questions o meyi ano no na amane na Nanado mu di gyina platform so ka sɛ saa tem no ne ball ho asafo hene so na ya de na wo hwɛ aban sesan ye na obi bɛka sɛ ka ketewa mpo ne dwane sɛ na yɛ kɛse de a emra yɛnti management economic management team ɛna nneɛma so titi sɛ yi but what did they make it and when you near forwarding to the and a near man so to say petrol buffer petrol a buffer rice a buffer transport TNT a buffer and that day did do a buffer near my baby buffer what is all say 1 year no MPP say me Mexican no way and a dollar buffer and okay MPP was a dollar buffer but I refer to a contact me to among 100 Ghana, let's say nemo, ebe 55 one. 45 na aka, so aka kutuku. So, yes. Obi to say ye mama vice president. Onye vice president keko. The knowledge you ho. Okay. First female vice chancellor. Cape Coast University. Yes. Now obe moderator. Ama akuni for president for jina homo interview on. Wabe minister of education. As well by ten and even in mother day. Yes. And is our man no touch you what? About kanima. Now was our vice president. Now was our economic management group chairperson. Obet is your papa Dr. Kwamadu for governor. Finance minister. Yes. Femra oba ye be finance minister or Professor Nurse time no. Ye run e ko. Ye economy ne ko do say. Kwamadu for. That time no minister for a very long time. Yes. Osha Sanjona. What do you mean Sanjona din free or memu MBM people free history? A former good year. And you're Ghana grow outside Ghana, you know, you demand the call. Okay. And you know, on to be my travel, my young country, I will say, or man, no best senke. I'm an edumagu. You're not to go Friday. And that electricity, I am no me. Need you move Fakasio. Oh, okay. I'll supply. Fakasia MPP jai katoa also one mine enya light be me buy ya tem secretary the tree electricity ni be mu bi no management economic management group on we obakama kan yedunu aba dabi obeka ye ni ye professors here wo ho research and the university ni ade ekoso ni nyina no on hwe man ka say hostel fee we no be ko when we back no and yet me to my money ya be family and the ocean nipa dum no ya for no ya do on be ko man sika sem ho wa we say can be before you any say and man no for economic management team and then I saw the kind of flat account so na for man sika ekuta and then we am for to force account atofo se chia yen ye betre no okay and you take a decision why ye betre no tremu bi governor tremu bi and until the former governor ampao abetrem so there be baby na currency ku e be high adeɛ yɛ nsi yɛ bɛyɛ wi dɛ na me wɔ hɔ no sei na me pɛsɛ me yɛ no nti ya masia man tumi mma nkɔm yɛ nimu megu ase kwa ba bi ona du ona nyi o profu so on basua animgu ase yɛ de akɔ tabi okay na so for the say ya safo mafo former minister former sports me kai emini atwam grana bank bi ba elima time ona no yɛ MD ana ona ma loan si adan Jambafo bi anim so yɛ MPP parliamentary na na do ya safo mafo o yɛ MPP ala chematen o yɛ MPP enti timu ni nyina yɛ MPP akoto say o yɛ MPP o ja say ti yan campaign ni pa wo no president appoint one na you on the political affiliation and me GDM wo no mu say Ghana independent no and yasa abamu bi mu okay because ye di nipa nyina ka bo mu sa branye mu oman anko yi a ye mremu wura dodamani ma bi na mo so ko gye obi ti say campaign why na ye MPP so campaign but campaign can no
now the economy
yes can no and you on to me na amamu ni nko e na nchia ni aka kire wo say campaign ni ka you are John Dramani mama mamu na no ka economic management group no na be fetting family dache ana meboa nti nyema odi atoto nipa o man ni so adi hu a wo dwe ya wo serete se nkrofo no e kire se you are mama call 8 years ko tre film a wasa ba bi mu oda sori am so ne ne yire dwibom okay eso su nyema wona tutu nyema yie no ndi apia bonten na me de metu chairman na masari tu say mpani for e na ye case me 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 blessing e ma my Ghana yes and then o for ka kokumasi a ekofom pray ekofom uye we ya ekofom ndi nyema ekofom no ye ni oman ni hia Demo na me say VAT 20% aboso kan for bi ni ade we sure say you are to forcing obechirem achirem so
machirem kra ma sesi a
aya djuma amola hu se fere ni tua emfo hawo nyene ena ni fere na amamu ebi se bi ota fo cho obi se usi dan na se oga se o mo yire ni o ma hu akonhoma na abesi dan ni bi wo ni nkwala ni no yire ahwa na ado nkwatra nti ye hwe ba bi o man no any promises na anase nsem one MPP for ye na ye ko simpie so ko ka kire wo e ma ye wi na de se koku asem ye ke de se maku authority ase ne se petrol e ba fom e ba fom it is any ma we nyina e ba fom dia no re de so ba fom kakra wona ma ne hadwen
what is chairman every day by chairman Bismarck Teya Boate on the former chairman element this amanyo kono Eastern region and I would say Wakasa and before no now Honorable Peter Yakwachiaka, former member of Parliament for the people of Amenfi Central, and Omobekaya when we inside politics mediation after this and Komoi Ebesumo baby our Honorable any chairman and you may Edamasi pan. Okay, I had a brother Macquarie near the Jumedina see the woman conscious and Medimosis saying Yami Adma 14th of February, maybe that we are so better. Odo ejina hoden so enti brana behwe wapomuden ewo medimosis for ho na womo enye free health screening na cost of Valentine yi ko take this opportunity na connect me ko ye check up o blood pressure afi dental issues prostate fibroid sa na me nyina mo ye ni free na afi womo de aboa wapomuden bomoden na ko medimosis for womo adenta eje kwadwo kumasi ahinima kokobin efi 8 am Saturday ekopim 2 pm no wo mo ye free health screening na afi wo mo ntimi FM boa yes ministry branch so wo mo eye bi wo ho na afi watimi akọ na wakwakoje wayarehwe ma enko na afi yenye we enfem free ho na yen sorry jumadi ne so nyakopon ya adomo a on the this date aware kama bi eba so cross alos michia pa cross alos se sabre wo hwe dwumadie no kama ti nyankopon ya adomo a eda former MC Asankragwa Honorable Victor Meisu ne babema ware Saturday we are wedding no baso nti former MC Dema Sankragwa ne babema ware aye Honorable Victor Meisu ne ba ware a nyankopon ya adoma memene de ya baso asankragwa ti wo hwese adofo enyina ntimi mra na omomme jam no abusia mididi enke Obrempong the grassroots president and then Mr. Jumedi so Edima Mugabe Master the capacity man MCR Mr. Raf Jampo and after Mr. Peter Cranton and Yimano Neti wamo ewo camera no Elvis waha Francis ewaha Wuli wamo ejina camera sinechi and after Lizzie makeup ye nimu a ayefe nyina no eye eno a new team no so aye ready wamo ba na nsemo aka no wamo de ababeso yen makra munyame admo kire besenhia